don't even have any audio over on YouTube. Uh-oh. This is a bad deal. No, I want your message to be brought to the world, man. I want to make sure that YouTube can hear you. For everybody watching over on YouTube, I apologize. I'm gonna have to go and edit that and post. You know what? Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and end and restart the live. Everybody on YouTube, just head to the YouTube account, and I'm gonna refresh, and I'll be right back here with you. And he left. He fucking ran away. Look at that. Every single time. Another one bites the dust, dude. Another one bites the dust. It is every single time that they pull that bullshit. For everybody watching on YouTube, we're still going to go ahead and restart the stream. And I do apologize. Thank you so much for the gifts over on TikTok. Every time they bite the dust, they run away. And it's always very bad for them. And that's why it doesn't really faze me when people say that. So Gavin, I know you're still listening. You ran away like a beta soy boy. You ran away like a beta fucking soy boy. Everybody spam soy boy Gavin in that chat. Okay, you guys, soy boy Gavin. So, all right. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and leave the live running over there on YouTube. What's going on, Jeremy? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, man, I did. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, also, for the people saying that I kicked them in the chat, feel free to go watch back through the YouTube stream. You could see my hands were always off. And then secondly, I salivate at the mouth for an opportunity to dunk on somebody like Gavin. Hello? Why would I kick him? I can hear you. Why did you vote for Trump?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yo. Hello?
Hi. Well, I you know what? I feel like Jeremy's having some technical problems over here.
Rage, mate.
So why did you vote for Trump? Jeremy, did the two brain cells not do it?
Kamala. I love you, Kamala. Kamala, I love you.
Trump is better, bro, because he a dude, bro.
So why are men better at leading than women, Jeremy?
Bro, because women are just not it, bro. Come on, you know this.
And why is that? Do you have an argument? Can you like kind of do something with those brain cells, maybe? No. How about I ask you a question? So what's the difference between men and women that make men better at leading?
Cause men are just like more dominant, bro. They know what to do. Women don't know, like, in terms of leading, they just can't, bro. Come on.
So you're saying men are more decisive? Is that
they need to take that shit too? Men are just more dominant. They know what to do when they have power. Women do not know.
So men. So does this relate to intelligence, right?
Yo, hold on, wait.
So are you saying that men are more intelligent than women? Well, I mean, dude, if you can't, are you saying that men are more intelligent than women? That's why you think they're better at leading? Can I get a yes or no? Yeah. So
yeah, I just said yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that women have a higher IQ on average, a higher EQ on average, and they perform better in school at all levels, and they perform better in STEM-related fields such as surgery? So that's wrong. Thanks for the misinformation, Jeremy. Why? I bet you don't know a whole lot. Just another counter argument, because you're a man, right? No, I'd call you a boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm better just because I'm a dude. Like, I'm a man. I'm just born naturally better than women, so it's like.
Okay.
That's why I voted for Trump,
if men are naturally better leading than women, that means that there's some biological distinctions.
You're naturally better than men.
So what's the biological distinctions between men and women? What are the biological distinctions between men and women that make men better at leading?
It's just like my opinion, I guess.
Well,
so I feel like
that wasn't the answer. So I asked you, what are the biological differences between the anatomy of men and women that make men better at leading?
I don't know, bro. Like I said, it's just my opinion.
No, yeah. So I mean,
Trump is just bad.
Can I just believe that like fairies are real and shit now? Like I mean, if we could just kind of opinionize anything. For sure. Okay, so I have a question.
I mean, that's kind of
when a white supremacist says. I have a question. When a white supremacist says that they think white people are superior to non-white people, and then when you ask them why or for any evidence, they're just like, "It's just my opinion. I don't have evidence." Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, I support it. Yeah, I agree that.
So you're also a white supremacist?
I'm not a white supremacist, but I mean.
But you agree with white supremacists?
That's what I mean. Then that's them.
Okay, what's your address?
I mean, I'm not going to agree with it. I can't really disclose that information.
Why not?
Why would I do that?
Well, I mean, I would really like to know. Man, get the fuck out of my life. We're going to go to move on to the next guest. Everybody just give us a minute. We got Slay loading up into the box. Here we go, you guys. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, you guys. I don't know what the hell that was. I do apologize for that. I don't know what's going on today with the people. Obviously I'm just looking to debate people on why they voted for Trump, and we just have brain dead teenagers joining. So hopefully we could get some real debates going here. But yo, Carmen, thank you so much for the $50 donation over on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love, Carmen. Everybody please show some love to Carmen down below in that box. Carmen says, keep schooling and educating, Dean. You're making a huge impact on the world. I do really appreciate you for that, Carmen. Everybody, I want to see at least 500 big W's for Carmen in both the live chats. Also, I'd like to put it out there that we've been streaming for 20 minutes, and there isn't been a single Trump supporter out of over 30,000 people that has had the spine to come up here and debate me. What's up, James? Did you vote for Trump?
I did, yeah.
Okay, what time is it, man?
What time of the day?
So, what time is it?
It's 9:30 for me.
All right. Well, you didn't vote for Trump because you're in Britain. Seriously, guys, look at this. Over 30,000 people have tuned in and out of this stream. Not a single Trump supporter has the spine to debate me. Why is that? Is it because these Trump supporters know that their worldview is indefensible? Is it that they know that it's just pure and blatant bullshit? Is they know that they can't defend their beliefs? Seriously, I want somebody to give me a real answer. Out of 30,000 people, why hasn't there been a single human that will even engage in a political conversation with me? What's up, Beck? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I did.
How old are you?
I am 21 years old.
So why did you vote for Trump?
There's quite a few reasons why. A huge one for me personally was that the alternative was very pro-abortion, and they wanted to reinstate Roe v. Wade, which I am just personally so against.
Why is that?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Why are you against federal protections for access to abortion?
Oh, because abortion is murder.
And why is that?
Because it is the intentional killing of a human life.
Okay. The intentional killing of a human life is murder. So let me get this straight. If I'm a doctor and I intentionally pull the life support off of a brain dead patient, am I a murderer?
Nope.
But I intentionally ended a human life.
Well, they're brain dead, but
yeah, but they're still a human life.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to do, Dean, and I appreciate your jokes and that you think you're really cute and you think you're smart, and you're not really on here to have a good faith debate. You're just here to laugh and make money, which is fine. I can respect it. But if you wanted a actual conversation, then we can have an actual conversation. But
what are we doing? This is
I don't know. I brought up run-of-the-mill.
One moment.
Very clear how it's different.
So you asked for a real conversation, but then you overspeak me. Which one is it?
No, go ahead.
So you tell me that you're pro-life, and you tell me that you're pro-life because you think that abortion is murder, and murder is the intentional killing of a human life.
Yes.
This is the oldest argument in the book that is the easiest to refute, and I give you the refutation.
I don't think so.
And giving you the refutation, I don't raise my voice. And giving you the refutation, I don't speak for more than 2 sentences. And giving you the refutation, I give you no attitude at all. And I merely just
you have attitude.
Argument.
Come on, Dean.
Beth,
you know
my question for you is, why
yes,
are you
sir.
absolutely so butthurt that I just refuted your argument?
If you're asking me why I'm quote unquote butthurt about millions of babies just being aborted, then I feel like the answer is pretty clear. Did you know that 90% of children with Down syndrome are aborted?
I did not know that.
See, this is something that really, really bothers me. I feel like it's borderline eugenics when we create a system where if you're not born a certain way, if you're not born if you're not conceived a certain way, if you're not conceived from certain people, then all of a sudden you're not worthy of being here on earth. I think that's a crazy thing to have in society.
Phenomenal. So if I refute this argument, will you actually respond to my refutation, unlike the last argument?
Sure.
Okay, Beck. So first of all, you were statistically wrong. It's not the case that 90% of pregnancies diagnosed with Down syndrome are aborted. It's closer to 67 to 85. But that point aside, I could agree that
67
if
to
a woman... Now
85.
you're interrupting me. What are we doing, Beck? Control yourself like an adult. So now I could agree that a woman getting an abortion with the intention that she just wants to end life because it has a disability, that is a very immoral intention. In fact, we could all agree on that. However, I do not
That's
believe
amazing.
you're... Beck, what the fuck are you doing? Like
I just
seriously,
said that's amazing.
like you're interrupting me. Can you just hold off? Like can you just wait?
Dean, I think you need to take a chill pill a little bit.
I'm so sorry that like I express emotion when I'm interrupted every single breath, and the first 3 breaths I just ask you to politely not interrupt me. Like, could we just have an adult conversation?
Oh, Dean, you're not trying to have a conversation.
What
You're just
the-
here to
like,
make
what
money.
the fuck? What the hell? You bring up a point about aborting fetuses with Down syndrome, and I sit here cool as hell, and then I start responding to it. What's going on, Beck? Are you having a bad day?
You argue in bad faith.
Oh,
and
Beck, you haven't even let me give you my argument yet. You have problems. Okay,
Dean,
I'm gonna go ahead and just refute the argument. What the fuck is going on?
Go
This
ahead.
is crazy. This is so wild to me. This is my first debate of the day. I want to like set our stream off here all right. Just like stop being weird, okay? Just converse with me. But anyways, to get back to the point. So first you told me that you voted for Trump because abortion's wrong, and you told me abortion's wrong because abortion's murder, and you told me that abortion's murder, and murder is the intentional killing of a human life. Okay? So we showed a contradiction in that argument, as you don't believe it's murder to pull the plug on a brain dead patient, even though that is the intentional killing of a human life, which would be defined under your worldview as murder. But because you don't, you have an internal contradiction in your beliefs, so that argument is invalid. Moving on to your second argument about how women will abort fetuses with diseases, okay, or other forms of mental illnesses, etc., and so on. So to respond to this position, I could agree with you that the intention of killing a fetus and aborting it because it has Down syndrome is morally wrong. But I don't think that an intention alone is sufficient to deem an action as wrong. And I'll give you an example of this. Let's imagine that there's a firefighter who's a white supremacist, and the only reason he saves people from burning buildings is to have more white people alive. So if this firefighter walks into a burning building and saves a white family, okay, we wouldn't say the action of those people being saved was immoral. But obviously, we would say the firefighter's intent insofar as why he saved him was. And that's exactly how I would classify abortions of fetuses with Down syndrome. I'm not going to say the action of killing the fetus with Down syndrome is immoral, because there's no morally relevant factors to the life of that fetus. Simultaneously, we could obviously recognize the individual who got said abortion as being immoral.
Sorry, just so I can understand what your point was with the firefighter and the white supremacy. You don't think that it would be immoral for someone to save someone's life just because they're white?
Yeah, the action of saving someone's life is not immoral. The intent insofar as why they saved their life was immoral. That should be intuitively
Because they're
clear.
white. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I can understand. The first point, as far as like why I view abortion as wrong, it's not just that it's murder. That's just like a very easy way to jump in and start a debate.
Thank you for the galaxy.
And I believe abortion is wrong not just because it's murder. I think murder can be justified in certain aspects. I think abortion is wrong because you are killing young children's lives. You are ending the life of a human being who is young and innocent and totally helpless. That's what I have an issue with, like the first part of that. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. And I could go ahead and respond to you why. So first you told me that you think that sometimes murder could be justified. Then you don't know what murder is. So we classified the term murder as implying an immoral action. And that's why we define murder as being unjustified. Okay. If there's a justified killing, then it's just simply no longer murder. And I mean, that's how we use those terms colloquially and legally. Now, to move on to the second part of your argument, you're saying that it's wrong because they're innocent. You're saying that it's wrong because they're helpless. And you're saying it's wrong because they're young. So for the first two qualifiers of being innocent and helpless, well, we could just apply those to a brain dead patient. You're still not going to say it's murder to pull the plug. So it seems like the only qualifier you're being left with is young. So now let's just imagine a brain dead baby. Is it murder to pull the plug on a brain dead baby?
No, sir.
So now you don't think it's wrong to kill it because it's innocent. You don't think it's wrong to kill it because it's young, and you don't think it's wrong to kill it because it's helpless. So why is it wrong to terminate the life of a fetus?
It goes against nature itself. When a woman becomes pregnant and they conceive a child, it's obviously it's a natural process.
Yeah.
She has a fetus embryo inside of her. To go in and take that out of her, it goes against nature. It goes against.
It does. Abortion goes against nature.
Yes, sir.
And that's why you think it's wrong.
There are so many reasons why I think it's wrong.
So this is such a bad argument that in philosophical discourse, it's classified as a logical fallacy. It's called a naturalistic fallacy. And it is not the case that we believe things are wrong just because they're unnatural, or we believe things are not wrong because they are natural. And this is demonstrably true. The entirety of medicine and science is unnatural. But I bet you don't have much of an issue with chemotherapy or Advil. Not to mention there's plenty of things that are natural that we would consider morally wrong, such as grape, for instance. We typically define the term natural as observed in nature, and we see grape in nature, meaning that grape is natural, but that does not imply that grape is therefore moral.
I think squirrels dominating a female squirrel and, breeding is way different than a woman being taken by a man and being raped. That's like, I understand what you're trying to say, but just to make it very clear, rape is such a very specific thing with human beings, especially. That's just like.
Oh, wait, are you saying that non-humans can't get raped?
No, they definitely, it's just.
So do you think bestiality should be legal then?
What are you talking about?
Why is bestiality wrong?
For so many reasons.
Would you agree that one of those reasons is unconsensual intercourse with a non-human?
I would go as far to say it's just wrong because they're not human. Like that's crazy.
So crazy. It's not wrong because it's unconsensual?
No, it's wrong because it's unconsensual and that.
Okay, so then you do think that grape can happen with non-humans. And by the way, there's like plenty of other examples. If you don't like that one for whatever strange reason, like there's like plenty of other examples. Like for instance, in nature, we also see a lot of incest. Okay, right? Does that mean that incest is okay?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, there's the defeater to your naturalistic argument.
No, I think, Dean, what you're not understanding is that there are all these reasons why abortion is wrong in my eyes. They all coincide with each other. So it's never just like one reason why. It's so many different reasons, and that they all go together. They are symbiotic. All the reasons.
I've refuted literally each and every single one of them.
Yes, let me finish, Dean.
Every single one of them has proven to be insufficient.
Let me finish. Come on.
Why are you asking me not to interrupt you?
Well, we made an agreement that I would stop interrupting, and then I would assume that would mean that you can't interrupt as well.
Say something valuable. I'm here to listen.
Okay, thank you for letting me speak. I lost my train of thought, but I know that you can refute certain things with abortion. Like you can cherry pick certain ideas, like, oh, well, if they're brain dead, oh, it's if it's natural, and you can kind of refute those. But when it's a symbiotic, all these reasons why abortion is wrong, it's really disingenuous to come on here asking for opinions, asking for a debate. And not to mention, I'm female. I have so many reasons why I think abortion is immoral and wrong, not just because it's a human life inside of her womb, but also abortion sucks for women. It is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing that we have to go through. And there are so many women out there who suffer from the trauma that is abortion. I just watched this video today of this woman.
Can I just butt in here?
Well, let me finish my point. I'm almost done, Dean. I just watched this video today of this woman, and she's pro-choice or whatever. Like, she went and got an abortion, and even though she didn't view it the way that I viewed it, the way that most Christians view it, she still has so much trauma from watching this embryo fall out of her into a tub after taking the 5 pills for the abortion.
Yeah, you're just saying that abortion can, in some circumstances, cause trauma and pain. Yep. Okay.
I wouldn't
Can I
say
refute
just
that?
in some. I would say most of the time. I would say
Yeah,
all the time, actually.
Okay. Well, I don't think that you could speak for everybody, so I find that to be an incredibly unwarranted claim. But that aside,
I can. I'm female. I can tell you how the female.
Okay. So because you have a uterus, you have a monopoly over everybody else with a uterus.
I can tell you
Really,
how
truly.
females
Wow.
how females
Okay.
will.
Okay. So do you disagree
to
with the
having
statement? It's all.
a-
Wait. Do you disagree with the statement that it's all men?
all men.
The feminist movement that it's all men. It's
What's
all
all
men?
men?
That it's all men until it's no men in the context of sexual violence towards women.
It's all men.
Do you disagree with that statement? Do you with that movement? Have you ever heard of that
Do I
movement before?
disagree that? No, I'm so sorry. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna run a point, but you don't even know what that movement is, so it's not even relevant. So no, you cannot speak for somebody else just because they have the same genitalia or uterus just like you, especially as
No,
an
I
individual.
can. I just did.
Okay, so you think that you could speak for everybody else?
I know how women.
And you're calling me
respond
disingenuous?
not-
And you're calling me
Well,
disingenuous? That's fucking crazy.
if you wanna
so
let
now I'm
me
gonna get back to
finish
the
my
point.
point.
So no, I'm gonna finish
You wanna
my
let me
point.
finish?
No, I'm gonna finish
but
my point.
It's okay.
So
Go ahead. Go ahead.
can birth be painful and traumatic?
Absolutely.
So should we ban that too, Beck?
You want to ban birth?
Well, now you see how insane your logic is. Thank you so very much for making that recognition. In
Yeah,
under 5
you're
seconds.
not being you're not being genuine, Dean.
And
You're
in fact,
not.
I could literally verbally, explicitly demonstrate how that was a genuine response, just because you're observing somebody who's more educated than you are on these subjects, and I'm able to
Yeah.
conceive of a counter argument.
You're
to your
talking
position.
to a woman about an issue of
Well,
abortion. There's no
don't
way
fucking
you're more
act. I
educated.
do not want you to act like you care about men talking or legislating on abortion when you told me the main reason you voted for the man was to do exactly that.
Yeah, that's
So
not what I
just
said.
because
But that's
this
fine,
man
Dean.
happens to be absolutely
go
railroading your beliefs,
Little sassy
you no longer
Dean.
get
Go,
to
girl.
play that card, okay? So
Yeah,
don't
I
even
just
try to
did.
speak on that shit. So
Yeah,
now
that's
I'm going to
fine.
go back to what I was saying. So every argument you've had is now fell to bits and pieces with the most
No,
recent
that's not
argument that
true.
you want to interrupt me. So what happened to
'cause
that whole,
you're just
if you
spewing a
don't
bunch
interrupt
of
me,
BS.
exactly, you want to silence the opposition because you know I'm speaking facts.
No, buddy,
So
you're
then
not
stop trying to
really in
silence the
at all.
opposition.
You're not the opposition, bud.
Right,
You're
because opposition would require, like, somewhat of a conceivable fight. I mean, this is just pure domination. It's brutal, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go back to what I was saying, or do you want to interrupt me
some
again?
college boy.
Okay, ma'am. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the count to 5 to stop talking while I speak. If you cannot successfully be an adult, I will go ahead and mute you. This live is supposed to be for debates, not for kindergarteners. So choose your route. You're at a fork in a road. You go right, be mature, act your age. Let me speak. We have a hopefully productive conversation. You go left, and
I
treat you
love
like a
it when
kid.
men tell women what to believe in and what to think.
This
I
has
love
nothing
that.
to do with your gender
No, it
identity
is.
or your sex.
No, it is.
And this has all to do with
Has
your
everything to do with
acuity
it.
to act like a toddler.
Has everything to do with it, sir.
Okay, so now, so I'm gonna go ahead and now put you on mute, and now you're gonna unmute yourself. Holy fucking shit! Do you have something to say?
Yeah, I have a whole lot to say.
Okay, so go ahead and say it, and I'll wait until you're done for my chance to speak.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are you 5? So you just tried to interrupt me with every single word I said just to tell me that you have nothing to say. Got it. Okay.
No, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Jesus fucking Christ, I will go ahead. So once again, your most recent argument was that you think abortion should be banned because it can be painful and traumatic to women. The counter argument against that is that there's plenty of things in which can induce pain and trauma, right, that are not illegal, that we'd agree shouldn't be illegal, with the most relevant example being birth.
Okay, my turn? Okay. Yeah, I don't think that birth is, or labor is the same as an abortion. When a woman gives birth to a child, obviously it hurts and it's very, very scary. So many things can go wrong. And especially if it's a first-time mother. I mean, that is just crazy experience for the husband too, or her boyfriend, whoever's there with her. Crazy. It is not the same level of trauma, of pain that abortion is. Abortion is a very, very different type of trauma, a very, very different type of pain. Especially if you're comparing a woman who gave birth to a child and successfully and everything's fine, the baby's healthy, and then compare that quote unquote trauma and pain to a woman who had to get an abortion. I think it's really disingenuous, and I think it doesn't shed light on the issues that women face right now properly.
Okay, so I hate your dead awful comparison of 2 pills 48 hours apart for over 75% of abortions prior to 20 weeks. Comparing that to a potential rip between your vagina and anus and 12 to 24 hours of labor plus 9 months of pain trauma induced via pregnancy, as well as all of the negative consequences that can be onset following birth, such as, what is it? It's a specific type of depression, and I'm manning out. I'm just forgetting what it's called.
Oh, it's postpartum.
Postpartum depression. Thank you so much. So to compare those two things is incredibly disingenuous of you to do. And I honestly just think that you're disgusting for even trying to make said comparison. I think that this diminishes, the value that we need to understand.
You're just turning my argument and doing the same thing because you got
Beck,
caught.
I'm gonna go ahead and appreciate. I don't know what you're accusing me of getting caught in. I'm just refuting your argument, so now I'm going to go ahead and put you on mute. So I find it incredibly disingenuous and honestly, internally misogynist of you to suggest that giving birth, going through labor, and being a new mother is anything does not include an incredibly painful or traumatic experience. Because when we diminish the value of education on what birth is and what it entails, well, then all of a sudden you're diminishing the experiences of so many women, alive today and that have been alive before and will continue to be alive in the future. And I find that incredibly harmful. And when you come up here and you tell me that, you're an advocate for women and that you stand 10 toes behind making sure that women are better off, and you use that framing to justify banning abortion, when in all reality that only makes women worse off. And we know that to be empirically true by measuring the real world outcomes of areas with pro-life legislation compared to areas with pro-choice legislation. But then on top of that, a part of your argument is to diminish the potential pains, traumas, and burdens onset via giving birth is really contradictory and quite frankly insane of you. But now I'm going to go ahead and frame this argument in a different way. And, this will hopefully be the defeater to your position. So if there was, this hypothetical way to give a
I would
woman
love
an
to
abortion,
respond to that.
if there was a hypothetical way to give a woman an abortion,
Dean, I would love to respond
and
to
I
that.
would love for you to listen. If there was a hypothetical way to give a woman an abortion.
You
That didn't.
strawmanned my position, and you're not being genuine. You're not arguing in good faith. You're trying to
You keep
control.
accusing me of that, and I know that you're gaslighting. I'm sick of it. Everybody watching is sick of it. Can you drop the bullshit?
Yeah, I know, but no, Dean. You
Everybody
exactly
like the
what you're doing.
reason why I haven't really given that much like screen time or much of a response is because like everybody knows that it's gaslighting. It's just annoying. Okay, like feel free to continue to do it. Nobody's listening to you. Nobody cares when you say that I'm not responding genuinely, because if you have at least half a brain, you can understand that I am. It makes you look bad even to the people that agree with you, and it's the most obvious cop-out of a century. You just don't know how to respond to my arguments, so then you just get to the accusations of me being disingenuous. So, and basically the thought process here is well, if I could just frame my opponent to be bad, well then his arguments don't matter, and that's essentially what you're trying to do right now. So how about you respond to the arguments instead? But before you do, I would really like to thank Riley with a 15 Australian dollars over on YouTube Super Chat, saying doesn't want a man telling her what to think, but is happy to let a man legislate what she can and can't do with her body. In fact, that's the reason she voted for the man over the woman. Absolutely facts, Riley.
It's one of the many ones.
Shh. Go ahead and just give me a minute. Braylon with a $5 YouTube super chat. As a woman who's been through both an abortion and birth, you don't speak for me. Birth and postpartum was more traumatic to me. Nova, thank you for the $2, saying my abortion saved my life. She can't speak for all women. Mullet Magnet with the $2. Chloe with the $2. Anna with the $10. Heather with the $5. Matt with the $10. And Rhea with the $10. Everybody please show some love to Matt and Rhea, as well as Ducky with the 5 and Bethany with the 5. And then Ducky and April with the 10. Maddie, Rhea, Ducky and April, guys, thank you so much for the love. Everybody please show some love to our super chatters, as well as I'd like to show a very kind appreciation to, let's see here, oh my god, yo, Beth with a $50 PayPal donation. Oh my god, thank you, Beth. At least 500 W's for Beth in the live chat, saying as a woman I do not want ignorant Beck speaking to me. That sentiment is heard loud and clear. Beck speaks for nobody but herself, even though she thinks otherwise. Thank you so much for the love, Beth. That is insane. Thank you, Beth. As well as Karen for the $20 donation over at PayPal. Thank you so much for the love, Karen. Saying thank you for speaking on behalf of all pro-choice women. No, man, I don't even speak on behalf of women. My position is nothing more than the mere fact that I think, women should be able to make that choice themselves. It's not speaking on behalf of anybody. Calvin, thank you so much for the $5. I do really appreciate you for that so much. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you guys so much for the love. Now go ahead, Beck.
It's my turn? Okay. I can't remember where we left off.
Yeah, I could tell you. You were just like telling me how you think that abortion is more traumatic and painful than birth. And then I was like, well, A, like, no, that's not typically the case. And then B, for you to assume that typically is the case, that means the harm, trauma, and other potential negative outcomes of birth, which just further demeans women. And I think that's what you wanted to respond to before I made my main point.
Yeah, so that's not what I said at all with labor.
Okay, are we lying now?
Labor is a very, very hard, painful, can be very traumatic if it doesn't go right. And it is something that most women have to worry about. The pain and trauma that comes from an abortion is very different than the pain and trauma that comes from labor. That's what I stated.
Okay, well, it's not, but I want to move on, so that's fine.
Wait, I'm sorry, Dean. You don't think that trauma is different from having an abortion to having a child in a hospital?
No, my response, and I quote, okay, that's not. I wasn't responding to the fact that you said there are two different types of trauma. I was responding to the fact that that's not what you said.
No,
so
that's
that
exactly what I said, but maybe you didn't hear it.
So we're at a rock in the hard place. Good thing the 8.5 thousand people watching are on my side. You can't gaslight me when there's 8.5 thousand people that agree with me. But
I don't care about 8.5 thousand people.
Well, it demonstrates that you're lying, because when we have disagreements over points that have been communicated, and 8.5 thousand people heard one thing and one person heard another thing.
To make it very clear,
I'm still speaking. I'm willing to hedge a bet that I'm right and you're wrong. But now to move on, my question for you is, if there was a form of an abortion that caused no physical pain or trauma, would you be okay with legalizing it?
No.
Okay,
There's
so
no
then,
such thing.
so then, pain and trauma, right, do not play in, right, to this argument of yours insofar as why you think it should be banned. So I just want to clarify on all the bases that we have now touched and defeated. So the first base that we touched and defeated was that you think it's murder because it's the intentional killing of a human. We defeated that argument by positing the idea of a brain dead patient who is an alive human and a doctor intentionally pulling their plug. You don't think they're a murderer, therefore that argument's invalid. And then you brought up 3 points to do with the fact that that fetus is young, innocent, and helpless. So we posited all those same 3 things to be true of a brain dead patient, such as a brain dead baby, yet you still don't think it's wrong to pull the plug. Therefore, all 3 of those points have been internally contradicted in other beliefs of yours, meaning that those 3 points are also invalid. And then the most recent point you brought up was the fact that you think it should be banned because of the pain and trauma that it causes. The first refutation to this point is that birth also causes pain and trauma, typically more than what I would expect out of, taking 2 pills 48 hours apart for an abortion at 12 weeks. You disagreed on that. So then we posited the defeating argument, that being, if there was a form of abortion that caused no pain and trauma, would you be okay with having that legalized? And you still said no. So at this point, all of the arguments that you've given me insofar as why you think abortion should be made illegal have been shown to be invalid or contradictory with other beliefs that you hold.
Is it okay if I speak now?
Actually, no, because I have to thank Blue Pink
just wanted to
Berries
double
with a
check.
$45 YouTube super chat. Thank you for the love, Blue Pink Berries. Thank you so much. I want to see at least 450 W's for Blue Pink Berries in those live chats. Saying so insufferable. I've had 3 kids, almost died each time, and she's over here saying that that's the preferred route for everybody. It's not. Pregnancy is hard no matter what. She doesn't speak for everybody, just herself. Dude, yeah, bro, preach. Please preach. Like, it is so insane that she defended the point that she could speak for everybody. That's insane. And seriously, thank you for the $45, Blue Pink Berries. Everybody, please show some love to Blue Pink Berries. As well as Lindsay with the $50 donation over on PayPal. Thank you for the love, Lindsay. Holy shit. And show some love to Lindsay. At least 500 W Lindsays. Lindsay says, Beck, don't speak for us. Thank you, Dean, for supporting women. It's so sad that the bare necessity is, something that's applauded. And I just wish that, more men had common sense. But I do really appreciate you so much for the love, Lindsay and Blue Pink Berries. As well as Ashley with the $10 saying my 2 existing kids have a mom because abortion saved her life. Thank you for the $10 and for sharing your story. I really appreciate that, Ashley. As well as Dawn with the $12 over on PayPal. Thank you for the love, Dawn. Everybody, please, once again, show some love to Dawn. Show some love to Ashley, Nicole, Lindsay, Caitlin, Andrew, and Blue Pink Berries. As well as Zenova with the $20 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much for the love, Zenova. Thank you for the motorcycle over on TikTok as well. And NGD with the £6. Thank you guys so much. But go ahead and respond.
To which point?
Well, feel free to kind of, attack it any way you want. So my last response to you was bringing up literally every single argument you've conceived of insofar as our conversation, insofar as why abortion should be banned. And I've mentioned how I've successfully, either demonstrated them to be invalid or contradictory with other beliefs that you hold. So at this point, you don't have an argument why you think abortion should be wrong, should be banned. And I guess my question is, why are you so okay with infringing upon the rights of 77 million Americans, all which are the women and girls that have lost access to abortion since Roe v. Wade was overturned, with literally no reason?
Why are you okay with the millions of embryos and fetuses, or whatever you want to call it, who have been killed intentionally? Why are you okay with that?
So, of course, we could all recognize this as a pivot, but I'll answer nonetheless. So, first of all, I think it's funny that the right talks about objective usage of terminology, as it would refer to trans women and trans men, saying you don't know the definition of your word. If you think a man is anything but a biological male, you're wrong. But then all of a sudden you like to obfuscate on terms such as fetus, zygote, embryo, etc. So all the terms in which you just named off refer to a human being during particular developmental periods. So no, a fetus is not the same as a zygote, and a zygote is not the same thing as an embryo. I would suggest you pick up a book. But secondarily, the reason that I'm okay with these things dying is because they don't have the ability to express sentience, which occurs in
Dean,
about
stop
20
being
links
so
with 1,000
sassy and
critical
have a good
connections.
argument. Stop being so sassy. Have a good faith argument. To all the women who are watching right now, you have to understand This guy does not give a fuck about you or abortion or any of the things that we struggle with as women. He's here to grift and make money and have sassy little debates with people who don't know what they're talking about. And he doesn't care about any of you. If any of you have gotten raped and had to have an abortion, he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about any of the women who struggle with infertility. He doesn't care about your rights. He just wants this kind of free society where you can do whatever you want, fuck whoever you want, whenever you want to, because he wants to fuck whatever woman he wants to, and he wants to make sure that they can have an abortion whenever he wants them to. He doesn't care about women. He doesn't care about anything other than himself and money, and that's about it. That is about it. So I wish you
hey,
the
Beck,
best.
this is where you leave because you don't have a refutation to the argument.
Any woman out
Beck, I know how this works. I was gonna let I know
can
I know
understand.
how this works. I'm not gonna let you
that
finish
this
speaking because I know
guy-
as soon as you're finished speaking, you're just gonna leave.
guy
So yeah, like the anger is
this guy
like yeah,
not
that
care.
whole thing was like cute and all, but this is just a crash out. So would you like to stop crashing out and actually respond to the arguments provided? No, she just like fucking left. She just left. Okay. All right. Well, see, that's what happens when you confront an individual that doesn't know why they believe in what they do. And by the way, I wouldn't have given you that much sass if you didn't say that you speak for all women. I mean, that's just mask off, ladies and gentlemen. That's just mask off. What a god awful person. Okay. And like sometimes all it takes to expose a person for being for being so god awful is about 5 IQ points, 3 months of research on what abortion is and the arguments surrounding it. And like, you know, just a cool, calm, and collected demeanor. And we're going to move on to our next guest. But before we do, Sydney, thank you so much for the $20 YouTube super chat. I really do appreciate you so much for the love. Sydney says, okay, what the fuck is wrong with her? She has no idea what she's talking about. Dean, you're totally correct. I appreciate you for the love, Sydney. Yeah, I just thought like, my actions speak for myself. I don't even need to refute the BS she was saying. As well as Vigilante with the $20 YouTube super chat. Thank you so much for the love, Vigilante. Everybody, please show some love to Sydney and Vigilante. Vigilante says, seems you are more than she does. And she said, debate people who don't know about what they're talking about. Only things she said that I agree with. So real. Thank you guys for the love. What's going on, Hugo? Did you vote for Trump?
Hi Dean. I did vote for Trump. Yeah,
Real quick, what time is it?
It is.
Yeah. So he's from Britain. We're going to move on to the next guest, guys. We are just looking to talk to individuals that did indeed vote for Trump. Hopefully our next guest won't crash out as much as that last guest. For the 9.1 thousand people in here, I appreciate you for being here today. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out. We're going to have some good debates. I would also like to thank Andrea with the $5, Luke with the $6, Jack with the $5, Rachel with the $5, and Caitlin with the 10. You guys are so very kind. What is going on, Danny? Did he vote for Trump?
Oh my God, no, I'm sorry. I just wanted to talk to Beck. That's my bad. Sorry.
No worries. What's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
18.
18, and you voted for Trump. Now, why did you vote for Trump, sir?
Nah, bro, I'm just playing. Dean, you're the GOAT. Sorry.
Okay, appreciate you for the love. All right, so we have 9,000 people concurrently in the live right now. And for whatever reason, it's still hard for us to find a Trump supporter. I wonder why that is. Okay, if you're a Trump supporter with a spine, with a backbone, and you think you have what it takes to come up here and have a debate with me, just go ahead and drop a MAGA down below in that comment section. We'll pull you up right now. It's so crazy how hard it is to find literally anybody that is ready and willing to come up here and have a conversation. You know, I always think that is crazy. You know, very, 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 very crazy. Very, very crazy. So let's go and get that next guest up here as we speak. And Rowena, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Alrighty. Hello, Serge. Did you vote for Trump?
No.
All right, man. We'll go ahead and stay out of that queue for me. I will go ahead and ask every single person that is in that queue that did not vote for Trump to leave. All right. Now, please just leave if you didn't vote for Trump. We are only looking for ops. And hopefully you guys can understand and respect that. What is up, Alex? Did you vote for Trump? No, Alex is not even here. Alex just kind of left. Jay, what's up? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Megan, thank you for the $20 over on PayPal saying for being awesome. Thank you for the love, Megan. That is Magen. I want to see at least 200 W's for Megan in the live chat. Thank you so much. And Mr. J, why did you vote for Trump?
Well, if you look at the economy rates, and just kind of who he was going against, way better than come on.
Okay. Well, to respond to like the first word you said about the economy, So right now the economy is heading in a very bad direction. So we're expected to see bumps in our rates from the feds. So we're going to be paying higher interest rates, as well as the feds are now estimating that we could go into a recession. In fact, they are now estimating for the next fiscal quarter for us to have reduced GDP growth. In fact, they're expecting our GDP to be cut by about 1%.
Okay.
And this all comes alongside Trump and everything he has done in the first 2 months of his administration with the threat of tariffs and implementation of tariffs, which is expected to be the driving cause of economic hardships today. Not to mention that we'll have even more tariffs going into effect next week, 25% blanket tariffs on all goods imported from Europe. So if you wanted the economy to be better, you shouldn't have voted for Trump. And all you have to do to prove this to yourself is to go look at the NASDAQ, go look at the S&P 500, go look at Tesla's stock, go look at any coin on the crypto market. We're not doing too good right now, man.
There are many coins right now that are going up currently. That's why a lot of people are making their own coins, also investing in many different coins, as you can look that up. It's all over social media, bro.
You're talking about meme coins.
No, not meme coins in general. I mean, just,
Yeah. Whenever you look at, the big boys, we're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, not looking too good right now. So tell me why you think Trump is good for the economy, Jay.
I think that Trump, is he the best president? No, but Trump has also made a better administration, way better administration than Biden. If you look at the economy now versus the 2 months that he's in versus Biden's last 4 years, I mean, his is just way better, bro.
Well, actually, fun fact, we haven't had this low of consumer confidence since the pandemic. So unironically, like Joe Biden's last 3 years of his presidency following the pandemic and the economy under them were better than it is now. And I just want to say, before Trump was inaugurated, we were expected to have a 3% increase in our GDP in the first fiscal quarter of 2025. And now the feds are saying a 1% decrease. So, your statement there was false.
Okay, so if that's the okay, hold on. Backtrack way back to his economy. His economic policies has implemented
Okay, bro. No, just try again. I'm being serious. Just try again. You're good.
Hold on, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Make sure my Wi-Fi's on.
All right, bro. You're good. You're good. Wi-Fi's good.
All right. All right. Back to the economy. So what you're talking about how the tariffs and such and such.
Wait, you were talking about his good economic policy. I wanted to continue.
No. I'm going off of what you said. What was the last thing you said about his economic policy?
The last thing I said about his economic policy is that his implementation of tariffs has been very bad for the American economy. But I want to clarify, the last sentence that came out of your mouth was that he had good economic policy, and I wanted to know what is good economic policy is.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. You're. I feel like you're kind of naming things off of ChatGPT because I have links right here that show that his economic structures have enhanced businesses profitably. Also, his tariffs have seen foreign steel, also aluminum, efforts to.
All right, dude, are you seriously debating me with ChatGPT right now?
No, this is not ChatGPT. I'm reading links right now. I feel like you are using ChatGPT.
Really? So what's his economic policy that has been good for corporations in America?
Okay, hold on. Reading right here. Okay, his trade policies, such as imposing tariffs with foreign steel and aluminum, have seen efforts to protect domestic industries and prioritize American workers. Bro has boosted way more in the American industry than Biden has in the 4 years.
Jay, what's a tariff?
You said what?
What is a tariff? Define tariff.
A tariff?
Yeah.
A tariff? A tariff is a tax. It's an imported good.
So what is it a tax on?
It's a tax on exported goods.
Wrong.
It's imposed on different countries and services.
Very wrong. So
Wow.
you don't know what a tariff is?
A tariff is a tax imposed by one country on another on imported goods.
Oh, there you go. Now we got Google up. So
that is the same thing. What are you talking about? It's exactly what I just said.
Jay, you said tax on exported good.
I said it's on exported and imported goods, which you send out and receive. You receive taxes on both.
No, you don't impose tariffs on exported goods. No, you impose tariffs on imported goods. Jay left. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get our next guest up here. Everybody, just give us a minute, y'all. If you voted for Trump, go to drop a MAGA down below that chat. Yo, Siri with the $20 over at YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much for the love, Siri. Thank you so much. Siri says, what I struggle with as a woman is a brain-rotted cultist lady actually voting against my bodily autonomy. People like her are the reason I got my tube ties 2 years ago. So real. And I appreciate you for the $20, Siri. Everybody show some love to Siri. As well as Noel with you $10. Thank you for the love, Noel. Mayflower with the $5. Thank you for the love, Mayflower. You guys are so incredibly kind. Everybody show some love to Siri, Noel, and Mayflower. I'd also really like to thank Jade with the $20 donation over on PayPal. Thank you for the love, Jade. I want to see at least 200 W's for Jade. And I want to see at least 400 W's for Una. That is UNA with the $40 donation on PayPal. That is Misdemeanor. Thank you, Misdemeanor and Jade, so very much. You guys are so incredibly kind. Thank you, everybody, so much for your very kind donations. Thank you, guys. What is up, Reddit stories? Did you vote for Trump?
Hey, Dean, you're a cool guy.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Well, moving on to our next guest. We got Luke Smith loading up in that box. Jasmine, thank you for the £2 over on YouTube Super Chat. Very kind of you. Looking for the next guest here. You know, may take a minute. These Trump supporters are historically very scared of me. What's up,
Hello,
Rob?
Dean.
What's up, Rob? Hey, come back into the live, man. If you can't see me, I can't hear you. There we go.
My bad. My
All right, Rob. I'm gonna go and get another guest up here. I will leave you up here. Feel free to try to figure out what's going on, man.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, you're ready. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
All right. Why did you vote for that guy?
Just because he's a great man, and I believe that he could do a whole lot of things for everybody.
He's not a great man. He's a very bad man. Since when did we say rapists were great men? Since when did we say felons?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what he did. The charges that he did were great. I'm just saying that besides all those, I think that he should be top 10.
So if we just ignore the grape, if we ignore the misogyny, if we ignore the racism, if we ignore the ethnic cleansing, if we ignore the xenophobia, if we ignore the Islamophobia, and if we ignore all of the policies implemented that has actively hurt the lives of others and the lack of accountability he's never took, then he's a great guy. Is that your argument?
Yeah, and he also is going to release my new game. You heard me?
What?
He's going to release my new game.
Your new game?
Yeah, GTA 6.
All right,
He's
get the hell out of here. We got to troll in the live. What's up, Luke? You vote for Trump?
Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
All right, phenomenal. Before we do hop into our discussion, I just got to thank Janet with a $50 super chat over on YouTube. Holy shit, you guys. And holy shit, Janet, it's good to see you. You've been here very frequently recently. Thank you for the love. I want to see 500 big W's for Janet. Thank you so much. And Mr. Luke, why did you vote for Trump?
Really, I've always agreed with a lot of his policies. There's some things I don't agree with him as a person, but I really want to come in here and ask you your opinion on the new gold card thing. I haven't heard anybody really talk about it much, and I've been thinking about it, and I really can't think of a reason that it'd be bad for America in any way.
Yeah, because it demonstrates that Donald Trump doesn't really give a fuck about migration or who's coming into our country as long as they're giving him money. Not to mention the fact that it is taking resources away from other individuals at the border. So I think it's quite ironic that the argument from Trump supporters has been undocumented migration is bad, as it's unfair to the documented migrants that have to wait 7 to 8 years at the border. But as soon as those individuals being unfair to the legal migrants are no longer undocumented, but they're Russian oligarchs, it's great.
I mean, I could see the unfair argument, but I mean, if there's somebody that has, $5 million that they're ready to spend on a citizenship and it being able to go to our government to get away from all our debt, I don't see how that could really be a bad thing necessarily.
Well, I mean, I just told you, I think that we need to treat everybody with the same, means of entry into America. I think if we want America to be a land for all, that we shouldn't disproportionately serve and cater to the ultra wealthy because they're ultra wealthy. I find that to be antithetical to American values. Now, you told me that you voted for Trump because you agree with this policy. What's your favorite Trump policy?
Really hard to choose, man.
So name one randomly. Because I think that you find one hard to choose because you can't name one. You're saying it's hard to choose one because they're all just so good. So randomly name one.
It's hard to do it on the spot, you know. I'm big on gun control. I like that he's not necessarily made any policies, but I like that he's not trying to take them away necessarily.
Kenneth, thank you so much for the $10 donation over on PayPal saying the low IQ mag. I appreciate that, Kenneth. So gun control was the biggest issue on the voting block in this election.
No. I'm not saying necessarily with Trump, but
yeah, I have a question. Out of the last two administrations, Biden, Harris, Trump, and Pence, which was the only administration to pass any gun control?
Neither of them changed anything. I didn't think.
False. So the Trump-Pence administration passed a bump stock ban, and Donald Trump said in an interview with Pence in 2018 that he's in support of taking individuals' guns away first, then giving them due process second.
I really didn't know that.
Now you do. So what?
Well, I knew about the bump stock thing. I really just couldn't remember it. But what's your thoughts on how guns should be regulated?
How guns should be regulated? I mean, it's
like,
a little.
Do you think it should be the same as it is currently, or there should be stricter regulation?
It's a little off topic, but I don't mind sharing them with you. This is one of my more moderate takes. I think that it's okay for a good actor to have a gun. I just don't want bad actors to have a gun. And the implementation of pragmatic policy to get as close to that solution as possible is what I want. But I do think that gun ownership should be a privilege, not a right. In the same way that driving is a privilege, not a right. I think it's ludicrous that you need to go through a year of classes and pass a test, then be on a permit for another year before you're able to drive freely on our roads. I think that we should probably do that same thing for guns, as guns are statistically speaking more deadly than cars, right? So I think that in order to own any type of firearm, you should be licensed to do so. Have to pass, various background checks and have good standing insofar as your mental health. And I also think that we should do something to address the more crux, issues in our country that are causing these things, such as addressing mental health problems in America, and so on. And that's kind of my position on guns.
So what you said about the license or whatever, to carry a gun, like hidden, you have to already go through it's like a few day class.
It's called a concealed carry permit. I'm merely talking about gun ownership at all.
Okay, I got you.
But so this isn't really related, but I guess feel free to respond.
Yeah, it's just one of the main things I'm actually educated on, like enough to actually debate it, you know.
But I'm not here to debate gun control. I'm here to debate why you voted for Trump.
Okay, understood. Sorry, I haven't been watching the live much. It's my first times.
No worries. Then additionally, by the way, you don't need to have a concealed carry permit to conceal a weapon in all 50 states. I believe that in Texas, they turn 18, you could buy a long rifle and, or I think it may be, is it 21? Regardless of the age. If you could buy a pistol, you could put that shit in your waistband with no permit in Texas.
Yeah, it just has to be visible or whatever, but
you could carry it concealed. But do you want to give me an argument why you voted for Trump, or should I move on to the next guest, man?
You go ahead, man.
All
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you for coming up, Luke. Here we go, guys. Everybody go ahead and drop a maggot for me down below in that chat if you do want to come up and debate. Just looking for our next debate of the night, guys. We got Banna loading up in. By the way, if you want to support me, you can find a link to my PayPal in the link tree in my bio over here on TikTok. Thank you for the galaxy. Or head over to YouTube if you don't have PayPal and you can support me over Super Chat there. Because I got banned on Venmo. Dude, it was pretty bad, man. Apparently, I owe Venmo $1,800 to get my account back, according to their help team, and I'm probably not going to do that. So, what's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you? All right, I'm guessing that means you're underage. We're going to get that next guest, Zay, up in here, guys. Go ahead and spam Mac down below in that chat. Yeah, long story. Maybe we could go over it later. What's up, Zay? Did you vote for Trump?
Yo,
did you vote for Trump?
what's up, bitch? I love you. I love you so much. I can't. I can't.
Okay. That's a weird way to tell somebody you love them. All right. We're going to move on to the next guest. Here we go, you guys. Just, trying to get a debate going and whatnot. What's up? You vote for Trump, Rick?
Oh, yes.
You did.
Definitely.
So, Mr. Rick, why did you vote for the worst president of your lifetime?
I think you're a bunch of bullshit. But well, now let me tell you something, pal.
I'm listening.
I voted for Trump because that stupid EV mandate that Biden had, that what was it, 50% of cars had to be electric by 2035. I voted for Trump to save the U.S. auto industry because U.S. auto industry would not have survived that.
Why do you think
And
that the
also
U.S.
I
auto
voted
industry
for
wouldn't have...
Trump.
Oh, go ahead.
Because they don't sell. Only 9% of Americans own electric vehicles.
Yeah, what is
They will not sell. They don't sell.
What is the biggest car manufacturer via market cap right now?
I work at Stellantis or Chrysler.
What's the biggest car manufacturer via market cap right now?
Actually, it's I think it's probably GM,
Tesla,
and then I think
Tesla.
GM, Ford, Toyota's probably in third, but Chrysler's in fourth, I believe.
The world's largest car manufacturer via market cap is Tesla.
No.
Yes.
I very seldom see
now this might have changed in the last couple days, okay? Because we figured out that Elon's
You're talking about $9 billion for 7 electric charges. $9 billion.
Oh.
You know how long they last?
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
2 years.
So,
and you're talking about cold, and you also talk about in cold climates buying these cars with lithium batteries in cold climates, which will not last very long. And their batteries cost just about as much as the car does. We are far away from the technology for electric vehicles. Very far away. Also, did you notice that them cars caught on fire during the floods of Florida? Teslas?
Well, when you drive
Don't
a
happen with a gas
motor,
combustion engine.
when you drive a gas combustion engine into a flooded area, your engine gets waterlocked.
It quits.
And you need to
it doesn't
replace
catch on fire.
Who cares if there's a fire or not? Both engines.
But I don't need to
toast.
replace the Tulsa battery. But I don't need to replace the whole car.
So I mean, first of all,
just replace the motor.
First of all, I do just want to say this. I find it interesting to have like so many different people up from like very like diverse places. I guess it's all white men. I can't say diverse. From different places in America. To share with us like why you voted for Trump, to see everybody's like special interests. And this is an interesting special interest. So just to respond to the last thing you said there about spending like a couple $2 billion on EV charging stations. So I believe that Pete Buttigieg, the individual in charge of transportation under Biden, had kind of debunked that myth. It had a lot to do with like, holds being placed on by states and not necessarily to do with the funding granted by our federal government. But nonetheless, I'm willing to accept that Biden had $7 billion of wasteful spending. I think that fails in comparison to Donald Trump's $8.4 trillion of wasteful spending on tax cuts that disproportionately favor.
Oh, you're talking about during the pandemic, where jobs are shut down, and he gave everybody $600 a week in unemployment because their jobs were shut down.
No.
A little different when you're dealing with a pandemic than you are just wasteful spending, especially on that stupid green energy crap. That green energy crap is useless. It's inefficient. It's unreliable and expensive.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even see this. Joanne, thank you for the $15 YouTube super chat. Just wanted to say thank you for supporting women. You gained a new subscriber, Joanne. Joanne, I'm so sorry if I didn't read that out like a long time ago. I hope you're still in here so I could show you some love. Thank you, Joanne. At least 500 W's for Joanne. So, by the way, I was actually referring to his tax cuts in this administration, nothing to do with the pandemic in his last administration.
Okay, let's talk about tax cuts.
Let's
talk about tax cuts. These tax cuts are for with middle class. Without the middle class tax cuts, you're talking about a big 32% hike in taxes. Now, you want to talk about how much the billionaires and stuff are getting, right?
What?
You want to talk about that?
What?
Who pays the most taxes, pal? Who pays the most taxes?
Oh my God.
Who pays the most taxes?
Well, through what?
The top 10% pay over 50% of U.S. taxes.
And the top 3 billionaires own over 85%. Okay. Go ahead.
What?
So you told me that the top 10% pays 50% of all taxes. Did you know the top
over 50%?
Did you know that the top 0.0001%, the top 3 billionaires in America, own 45% of the wealth? So that stat doesn't seem to be insane now, does it?
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Their jobs are better off in the economy than it's giving it to the government. Look how much waste we got in the government.
Well, wait. If you want
their jobs are better off in the private economy than it is in the government. Anybody's money is better off in the economy than it is in the government.
If you wanted to weed waste out of our government, then you shouldn't have voted for the most wasteful like president in modern American history. So not only did Trump spend more under his first term compared to Biden and Harris, even when we factor in for COVID-related expenditure, he still spent twice as much more. But this term, Donald Trump will be significantly worse for the American debt compared to Kamala Harris. Right. And by the way, I want to put it out there.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because,
my source would
when
be
you
the
reduce
CRBF,
taxes,
the Committee for a Responsible
when you
Budget.
reduce taxes, actually more money comes in, more revenue comes in, because more people are working.
Okay, so it depends. It depends. And for the first 10 years of his Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, how much additional government revenue do you think that brought in per year?
I really don't know, but I know for sure that it reduces.
I really do know. It was about $6 billion per year. Meanwhile, it costs $1.9 trillion for 10 years. Is that a good investment? $1.9 trillion for a $2 billion return per year?
No, I think we should give more money to the government. Matter of fact, I think you should give 50% of your money to the government.
So raise taxes on the
that way you'd be happy. I want to tell you something, pal. Anybody out there who doesn't think tax cuts are good, are free to give their money to the government, and they're free to give more money to the government.
I think that tax cuts are good when they're like focused right. Like right now, we do not need tax policy that sends 80% of the cuts to top 0.1% of earners. When we have like pre-French Revolution,
they're not just for the top 1% of the earners, pal. They will. Our taxes would increase over.
So Rick,
we would have the middle class.
Can you let me speak, man?
Significant tax.
Can you let me talk?
Huh? Go ahead.
Thank you. So 80% of the cuts in Donald Trump's tax cuts go to 0.1% top earners. Okay. Right. That's an unfortunate reality. He also failed to pull through on his promises, and no tax on Social Security, no tax on tips, or no tax on income. Overtime, meaning that he literally fucked over.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, none of those three things were included within the House Republicans' budget provisions.
Yes, they were.
Cuts. No, they weren't.
Sure, they were.
No, they weren't. This has been fact checked literally.
Yeah, they
everywhere.
were.
No, they haven't.
You gotta quit listening to Democrats. Yes, they were.
No, I'm literally listening to Republicans. When
they were included.
Go on the most Republican platform you know. Go on Twitter. Look up Donald Trump's tax cuts. Go to the page of any Republican that said that those provisions were included within the bill. It is the most conservative, leaning social media website ever. All that I'm telling you to do is look at the most conservative leaning social media websites ever's own fucking fact checks. Okay, if Elon Musk is saying
I think
the
Democrats are. I think Democrats are just bad for America. Period.
I think that you're bad.
They're very incompetent.
You're calling Democrats incompetent, sir. Look in the mirror.
I think they're very incompetent. They're very incompetent. If that's the case, why are blue states and cities losing population?
Sir, thank you so much for
and businesses.
Yeah, because typically areas with higher qualities of life have declining birth rates. Did you know that? The higher a country has insofar as their quality of life, the lower their birth rates are. This is a consistent trend that we've seen on the global scale since around the 1970s. Look at Japan and look at blue states. So I think it's absolutely so fucking funny that you're going to sit here and tell me, well, why are these Democrats having less children? All right. Well, it's because they have a higher quality of life, I guess.
That's a good thing.
Are you talking about individuals moving from blue states?
Blue states are losing population and businesses.
You're talking about individuals moving from blue states.
You're
right?
talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They are losing population and businesses.
Okay, so
as a matter of fact, I think it's New York #1, California #2, and Illinois #3.
So I want to ask you specifically here,
Florida, Texas.
If we could basically associate anything that happens in a state with the color of its legislature, such as you are doing with tax rates and crime rates in states like New York or California, can I blame the fact that red states consistently rank last in education rates, rank last in quality of life rates, and rank last in levels of income? Can I blame that all on the Republicans?
When you say education doesn't have nothing to do with intelligence, nothing to do at all. But when you say educated, I always say it's indoctrinated. Which one? How many Democrats believe in that? A hoax of climate change.
Wait, you think climate change is a hoax? Wait.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump's own appointee of the EPA, okay, like disagrees with you alongside
not Lee Zeldin. He doesn't believe that crap either.
Wait, no. Yes, he was, because he was asked, right, at his hearing in the Senate, right, about how he felt.
I know he doesn't.
No, listen, he was asked when he got sworn in the Senate about how he felt that Trump denied human-caused climate change. And, he wiggled out of it because he's like, he's a MAGA cultist, but he still said that he believes in it. Not to mention 97%, not to mention 97% of all climate scientists. When you deny human-caused climate change and then you call like Democrats incompetent, you make yourself a walking fucking meme. Like, you are like the poster boy
let me present
like
you
the
this,
MAGA, like the MAGA idiocracy walking Dunning-Kruger effect. And I feel embarrassed, not for you, but for your family. Like, dude, I bet you got some lived out grandkids that have to hear you talk about how, like COVID was made in a lab in China, climate change isn't real, and the deep state that Biden ran and drank adrenochrome with Taylor Swift. And, they're just kind of like, okay, Grandpa, it's good to see you too. Is it one of those dynamics? Oh, fuck.
In the 80s, it was acid rain.
What's that?
In the 90s, it was the ozone layer. 2010, both coasts were going to be underwater. You know what? You guys, as in them climate change predictions, are perfect. In your predictions, you ain't got one right yet. Not one.
Okay, so you just don't think that humans cause any climate change, right?
No, I don't. I think it's just a hoax to get for Democrats to get power for their elite. Oh no, it's also a hoax for the Democrat buddies to cash in on it for the elitist.
Yeah, you're quite lucky because I've never actually researched climate change to like a very crazy level. But what I
lived through that crap.
Can I finish?
I have lived through the 70s and seen all this. When I was a kid, I remember, we was going to have global cooling. The Earth was going to turn to ice.
So do you think?
I remember ozone.
Can I ask you a question, man?
Acid rain.
I bet, bro. I bet you lived through more than that, bro. You probably lived through Jesus's fucking crucifixion, yeah.
Oh, you're getting insulted. You ain't got nothing to say, huh?
Bro, you called me.
Yeah, I
an
think you're a
idiot
clown.
earlier. You're talking shit.
Yeah, I do.
Of course,
yeah, you're right.
Of course, I'm gonna talk shit back.
We can agree on something.
Of course, I'm gonna talk shit
we
back,
can agree
man.
on something.
Of course, I'm gonna talk shit back.
Yeah.
Let me chop it up a little bit, bro. Like, come on, if you're gonna come up here and try to clock me, let me
Don't
clock you
insult
back.
me then.
Well, don't insult me, Rick.
You did. You insulted me first.
How about we can agree that we just won't insult each other?
That's good.
Look at that. So, do you think that NASA's lived out?
Huh?
Do you think that NASA is lived
What's
out?
that? I think they're about ready to outlive their usefulness. Yeah,
No,
I've seen that.
I said lived,
Elon Musk
like
has to
liberal.
go up there and get
Because
NASA?
because I could give you research studies from NASA that indicate that although Earth's climate has changed throughout its history, the current warming is happening at a rate not seen in the past 10,000 years. And according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which is the IPCC, since systemic scientific assessments began in the 1970s, the influence of human activity on the warming of the climate system has evolved from a theory into an established fact. Right? So it's like when we discuss these things, we're not really discussing like theories that we could possibly use as a model to explain the world, but rather a fact predicated on investigation since the 70s. And I don't mind giving you a source either. Like, for instance, just go on Google and look up a search for human influences on the thermal structure of the atmosphere. And this is a 300-page study that proves human influence of climate change. And keep in mind that this is just one populated result from less than 30 seconds of Googling. And you could probably spend the rest of your life until you die of natural causes reading about the evidence for human-caused climate change. So I find your rejection of such to be incredibly disingenuous and incredibly anti-intellectualist.
Well, you know what? We had last 2 out of 3 weeks we had below zero weather. So yeah, I'm really suffering from this global warming.
Oh man, are you serious? Like, I'm so sorry. If you said that seriously, we're
Yeah.
just gonna go ahead and kick you. All right. So we're gonna move on to our next guest here, just because that is just unreal. And I just simply I cannot subject myself, right, to such argumentation. Although I know that there's a lot of people watching at home that may want to see me do that. That's the reason why I have a heart monitor on right now, is because that shit almost gave me a heart attack once, and I will refuse to do it again. How about that? Let's go ahead and get that next guest up here. Shauna, thank you so much for the $10 donation from the DNC on PayPal for keeping up the global warming hopes. Thank you so much, Shauna. As well as Vincent, thank you for the 20 CHF dollars. I've actually never seen that currency before. I appreciate you. Although those are the Swiss dollars. Thank you for the 20 Swiss dollars. It's so cool. Thank you. What's going on, Jacob? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, I did.
Jacob,
yes, I did.
Why did you vote for the worst president of your life?
Okay, now I can say you can say he's the worst president, but he really isn't, because think about the facts behind it, bro. Okay, first of all, and I have two things I want to talk to you about. First, one thing will be about Trump. I'll answer your question. I want you to answer my question, okay?
Aye, Captain.
Okay, aye, sir. Okay, first question. You asked me why I voted for Trump. Well, he's going to make America great again. He's going to make the world a better place. He's going to make the environment a better place.
I got banned. What did I get banned for? Why did I get... Oh, I got banned for misinformation! No! I got fucked. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm done. Man. No, dude. I got banned for misinfo, man. Unreal. Unfucking real. Okay? Misinfo ban. It struck me down. We got cucked. Yeah, everybody coming in from the TikTok. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Very, very kind. Very, very nice. Nice. We got taken down for a whole lot of nothing. That good old misinfo ban. I guess, the climate, there's no human caused climate change. I was talking about that. TikTok obviously thought I was BS. So unfortunate. So here's what we could do. We could just kind of wait for that appeal to go through. Hopefully it should be pretty quick. I highly doubt that we're going to end up getting that account taken away. We could go debate somebody and hear you now. How about, you think that they reported me? Yeah. We got reported for misinfo. It's okay. We'll most likely get that appeal back. Plus, I wasn't really planning on staying live for a long time. I'm really sad that live got taken out because it was doing well, bro. How about this? We just go on our second account and we go and we join MAGA people's lives and we troll them. How about that? Does that sound good, you guys? We just got to scroll through the lives here.
Thanks, everyone. Diamond gun.
Yeah, I'm literally.
Hi, Ava.
Okay, that's not gonna work. I understand why that's not gonna work. Yeah, that could be some fun. I like that idea. How about this? Let's hang out for like 3 more minutes. Let's see if we can get that appeal to go through. If that appeal won't go through, we'll just spend the rest of the day hanging out over here on YouTube. Talking to a bunch of people on their own random lives. But in the meantime, guys, make sure to drop a like. We have right now 2.5 thousand people listening to my voice, but only 500 likes. So everybody like that live. Okay, yeah. If you've been here for more than 5 minutes, won't hurt to hit that like button. That's right. Okay, yeah. Dude, honestly, we've had some crazy debates today. That first guest was out of her fucking mind. The one on abortion. She was so hateful and so angry and so like genuinely mad that I was more educated than her on the topic. She hated that so fucking much. Question, how do these bans work? Why does TikTok ban you so easily? Well, it's really random. You kind of get these bans at random intervals. And more recently, the bans have been worse for other creators, but not for me. But I think that my luck is finally catching up. So, but I got banned for misinformation. Don't tell the Republicans, though, because what they'll do is they'll take that and run. But all right, you guys, let's go and look at my all right, phenomenal. Dean, read donations. Okay, all right, yeah, I'll read donations. Parker's bans have been absolutely wild. Yeah, man, those bans have been stacking up for every creator but me. So I think finally caught up. How am I, dude? I'm honestly doing good today. I was gonna take today off, but now, I'm kind of in it, and I'm kind of loving it, so we'll continue to do some debates. So I like The Weeknd. I used to be a big fan of his music. Do a guitar live, please? Maybe one of these days. I see here. let's see here. What's my other account? It's just @itsnotdean. Same as the main, but with a not in between. Sladean, you for real ate up that first guest on TikTok. I appreciate that. Thank you. Little Mexican girly. Okay. All right, bruh. The appeal was not approved? Now, why is that? And why did I get a week ban as well? That doesn't make, like, any sense. Damn, man. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, just got the main account taken away for a week. Look at that, man. Brutal, 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 brutal. Brutal. Very, very brutal. Why do they do that? Why do they do that to me? I wasn't even sharing any misinformation. I was just, like, telling somebody that climate change was real. Jasmine Phelps with the £5. Thank you so much. A week? Yeah, man. A week. On the main account, too. Rough, rough, rough. Oh, well. It's okay. I'm trying to just not be faced, so. Go my alt. Yeah, I got, like, I think 2 backup accounts. So, like, the main backup account is @itsnotdean. We go on there all the time. Should we go live for a little bit? Trump censored TikTok like crazy, bro. Oh, this shit's insane, man. Yeah, all right, bro. Let's hop on the backup account. Debate some more fun people. Here we go. Do I like Vivek Ramaswamy more than other conservatives? I did for a while, but then I saw that he was no different. All right. All right. We are live on TikTok. We're live on TikTok. We are live on TikTok. What is going on? Everybody tuning in to the TikTok stream. Welcome in, you guys. Howdy, howdy. We just got a week ban over on the main account, unfortunately. I have no clue why. I was only planning to be live for about 2 hours today and to kind of take it as a little bit of an off day. I'm not going to lie. You know, which I might continue to honor. So we'll probably only be on for about another 30 minutes. Probably hop off around 4:30, I guess. So about 2.5 hours we'll be on today. And then I'm going to go like cook myself a nice dinner or something. I've been eating steak every day for like the last week. And I don't want to stop anytime soon. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. Okay, everybody tuning in to the TikTok Live. Welcome in, you guys. Make sure that we're double tapping away on that phone screen. We're going to get that first guest up in here to debate. I guess, you know, our first debate is with quote-unquote liberal tier maker. Hello, liberal tier maker. Did you vote for Trump?
What do you think? Of course I did.
Of course you did. Why is your name liberal tier maker? That is the most...
Because I make people like you cry.
That is the most cringy thing I've ever seen. I'm not even joking with you. Like, holy fucking shit, pipe down. You're not that guy.
Okay, you're not that guy either. I'm going to make you cry at the end of this debate.
I never claimed to be that guy, though. You're actively claiming to be that guy. I'm not claiming.
I've seen your lives before, Dane.
Guy.
No, I've seen your lives before, and all you do is berate and you try to beat down people, and you ain't going to do that with me today. I can tell you that right now.
All right, buddy. I guess we got ourselves a true warrior on our hands here, you know, so...
yeah, so you can talk all your shit you want to, but you ain't gonna beat me down, I can tell you that right now. Because you ain't got no damn facts.
Why'd you vote for Trump?
Because I like what the Doge is doing. They're finding all this waste in the government.
Okay, bro, drop that fucking... You oversent it a little bit there.
What?
With a government? With a government? You kind of oversent the accent there a little bit. I was believing it until then, but...
Okay.
Like,
well, I mean, do you have a point that you want to make, or do you just want to sit up here and talk up all this nonsense?
Spell Doge.
D-O-G-E.
All right, bud. So the reason why Doge is still ultimately ineffective is because although they apply downward pressures on government expenditure, Donald Trump applies more upward pressures than they provide downwards, meaning that ultimately speaking, Donald Trump's administration is still more quote-unquote expensive than what Kamala Harris's would have been, even when you factor Doge into account.
Okay. So what about all this money that they're finding that's teaching transgenderism in other countries?
I'm not aware of any money. What does it mean to teach? What is wait? What is
they found?
What is wait? What is transgenderism?
Telling children that's all right to change their genitals around. They're teaching that stuff in India. They're teaching it in the Congo. They're teaching it.
All right, bro. You're gonna get us a ban. Sorry, you can't talk about trans individuals on the lives. I know. I wish I could like debunk like that shit. But unfortunately, we can't because it gets us banned every time. Yo, Claire, thank you for the $10 donation over on Super Chat. Say no comment. Well, appreciate you for the $10. Everyone show some love to Claire. What's going on, James? You vote for Trump.
Hell no. I love what you do, Dean.
Hey, James, I appreciate that, man. Have a good one, bro. Moving on to the next guest here. Let's go and get Mr. Jacob Schmidt up in the box. W's for Claire. W's for Claire. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, we got nobody in the queue. See, that's going to be the hard thing about debates for the next week here on the second account. Is it's going to be significantly harder to find people that will actually be willing to talk. Grayson, what's up? You vote for Trump, man?
I make people.
Hey, you have a echo,
That is
Dean.
the most
There's something else playing in the background.
Yeah, it's not you, bro. All right, we're just going to go to move on. We're just going to go and get the duo up in here. Wait, Don. Wait, Donald. We're going to get your friend, MAGA Steve. So just give us a minute. Just give us a minute, Don. So, okay, I just want to clarify with the two people on live. We got Donald McConnell, right? 65-year-old white man, right? Probably has a hat that says Pro 2A in his bio. And then MAGA Steve, and I can't kick them. And goodbye the both of you. And moving on to our next guest. Now, here we go, you guys. What's going on? Did you vote for Trump?
Yes, sir.
And why did you vote for him?
Because he's a stronger leader than Kamala.
Why's that?
Just his presence, body language, speech.
God, you're such a tool. Did you just tell me that you voted for the president predicated on body language?
That's what a leader does, bro.
So tax policy, nah. Economic reform, no. Ethnic cleansing, don't care. Grape, who cares? Body language, that's all I care about. Really?
So what do you think? What do you think constitutes being a leader?
What I think constitutes being a leader? Very vague question in the context of an American president. It's around, this basis of being able to positively provide for the constituents of America while pushing the direction of our country in a better direction as a whole, while also advocating for humanitarian reform on the global stage to push the entirety of humanity in a positive direction as well. And I think that's what it means to be not specifically a good leader, but a good president.
Okay, so you don't care about the leader. You don't care about having a good leader. Do you have any leaders in your life? Like, what do you like about those leaders? Because that's the type of leader that I'm looking for and to run the country is someone who.
So I just kind of told you, right? And you just weren't listening.
You didn't. You said that you don't want a leader. You want a president.
No, I said that's how a good leader would be president.
I must have misheard you. But yeah, that's why I voted for him. So he's definitely obviously the better leader than Kamala, hands down.
Okay, but you haven't given us any reason for that. What makes a good leader?
I just told you. It's charisma. It's negotiation. It's success. It's
success. So we know that he's a bad negotiator.
Okay, go on. How is he a bad negotiator?
Yeah, he had to impose tariffs on Mexico to negotiate 10,000 troops at the border. Meanwhile, Biden and Harris were able to get 15,000 troops at the border without a threat of tariffs, meaning that Harris and Biden were better at negotiating than Trump.
I don't think anyone believes that, dude. I don't even think Democrats believe that.
So those are reported facts, and they have been reported since 2021. Just because you don't want something to be true doesn't mean that it's false. And I feel like it's very anti-intellectualist of you, and it probably speaks towards your toddler mindset. No wonder you voted on the basis of body language. So how about we calm down? You put the big boy pants on, and you try to give me an argument with my time.
Sure, dude. Go ahead.
Name one Trump policy you like.
I like to stay in Mexico.
It's not called the stay in Mexico. It's called a remain in Mexico.
Dean, dude, you do this 24/7 or however long you do it. Like we got jobs. We just come on here to riff with you.
Well,
you expect me to know what the policy is called? Dude, I got a freaking job. I'm not sitting here studying this 24/7, dude.
Well, my job is to study this stuff 24/7.
Like if you want to come into my job and then I'll quiz you on some stuff, let's do it.
Where do you work? Where do you work?
I'm not gonna tell you where I work.
What do you do for work?
I'm not gonna tell you. Why would I do that?
Because I want you to quiz me on it for fun.
Oh, you want me to quiz you?
Yeah. What do you do for work, man?
I'm gonna see if I can indirectly ask you. Okay, what's a substrate?
Substrate? Isn't like substrate gonna be like a type of soil?
No.
Okay. Well, then I don't know what substrate is.
All right. There we go.
Okay. So substrate is a type of soil. Come on.
Not in the context of what I do.
Come on, bro. Get the fuck off. You know what? Fuck you for lying to me. Fuck you for lying to me about that one. We're gonna go to get the next guest up in there. All right, Eric, you vote for Trump?
Yeah, I voted for Trump. Did you kick him off or did he leave?
No, I kicked him because I didn't like him because he lied to me.
Oh, come on. You don't know what a substrate is?
No.
I'm in construction too.
I told him, and then he said that's wrong, but I was right.
It's not right. Yeah, substrate is not soil, anything to do with soil. It's the substrate is the backing behind something. But anyway, it doesn't matter about any of that. But
so how come when I look up substrate soil on Google, I get about 5 billion search results of companies?
you know what? Maybe there's different definitions of substrate. There's probably I'm sure there's a million different definitions of everything, and it really doesn't matter. The bottom line is, thank God Trump is our president, and we don't have any more of the last administration for the last 15 years, 20, 30, 40 years for that matter. We're finally getting somewhere with that. Zelensky he completely messed up on that meeting today with Trump. I mean, he had everything in his hand. Trump was trying to bail him out, and he completely he got emotional about the whole thing and completely just caved like a little kid, because he was taking it personal. He probably would have got kicked off, and voted out because he did the deal, but he should have stood up and been a man and did the deal.
I think it's really funny how like MAGA contorts a narrative. Like the fact of the matter is that today we saw a grown man, the same age as my grandpa, act like a toddler, and whine and scream their head off while revoking any talks of peace deals with a country that's currently getting ethnically cleansed and annexed by a foreign adversary. Today proved that Donald Trump is absolutely and unequivocally a Russian asset. And I've known this for a while. I've spoken about it at length. Russia has interfered with the last 3 elections to help get Trump elected. This was proven in 2016.
No, it was never proven. It was never proven. That was the media trying to tell you it was proven. I'm probably going to get kicked for saying that because that's what happens. As soon as I say truth, I get kicked.
So Russian interference was proven.
No, there was no Russian interference. There was guaranteed not one Russian interference on Trump election. It was all the left media.
Sir, what is the Mueller report?
Huh?
What is the Mueller
report? Yeah, he's going to probably go to prison too. It was all, dude. I wish you guys would wake up and realize how brainwashed everybody that goes to these colleges, these nurses, these doctors, everything that we know is all brainwashing through the school system for like the last 100 years. And there's some smart ones that are waking up and realizing it, but you guys go.
Dan, thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube, saying another day for Trump's surrender to our enemies. Thank you for the love and for real.
Everything you know is lies, dude. Everything you absolutely know is lies, and we're trying to help you guys. We're really trying to. I don't even know why I got here. We're already going in a good direction now. We got Trump in there. He's got the most awesome cabinet we've ever had in the White House. But I want to come on here and just kind of play around a little bit and just kind of give you a hard time, and it's fun. But dude, if you don't realize how bad it's been, because you're 20 years old, you really don't know. You've only seen what you've seen, and you've been brainwashed what you've learned in your schools that you go to. But this is the greatest time in our lives right now. It's going to get so good, and it's going to probably get good for you, even though you're preaching on the wrong side with the devil. But you will soon learn that the right side is the right. And I'm not saying Republican. It's just not the side that you're on, man. You've been taught by the devil, dude. And soon you'll learn.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and show you how you're brainwashed. So you told me that there was I am. You told me that there's absolutely no Russian interference with the 2016 election. You can see the individuals from Russia that were wanted for interfering in the 2016 election by the FBI. All that you have to look up is FBI Russian interference. Now you may be asking, well, how did the
FBI look that up on Google?
One moment. Now you may be asking here, where did the FBI get their evidence from that Russia interfered in the 2016 election? They got it by a GOP-led Senate panel which I believe was called, let me double check here. Yes, it was the Senate Intelligence Committee. The Senate Intelligence Committee, which was GOP-led, proved Russian interference with the 2016 election. So I want to ask you a question, very simple one. When you deny Russian interference in the 2016 election, you do so with what evidence?
I do so with common sense and
With
doing
no evidence. So how can you call me brainwashed? How can you call any liberal brainwashed? How can you call anyone apart from yourself brainwashed when I'm coming up here with evidence from a GOP-led Senate panel and the FBI to justify what I believe in is true, and then all you got is your little fifis? You're a brainwash, sir. Find a way to reject that. I want you to embarrass yourself a little bit more. Take that mic away from me, Pookie. Eric, come on, man. Oh, fuck, hit my hand on my keyboard. Eric, come on, man. You got to unmute for me. Yeah, you got to unmute for me, pigs. There you go.
Oh, you got it. I wasn't looking at my phone, man. Anyway, I don't know, man. You're gonna wake up one day. Hopefully, you'll wake up.
I hope that you wake up one day, Eric. But I think it's a little too late.
I'm already.
I woke up. You're asleep. You're asleep. Okay, right? You're asleep.
Dude,
and I just proved it. I just proved it with evidence and fact that you're asleep.
You haven't.
You're very calmly sleeping on a goose down pillow.
Your whole time on here, since I've seen you on here, you have not proved anything. All you've done is you've been really good at researching on the computer and learning and remembering all the bullshit lies that all these corrupt politicians and have taught you. You know, that's all you've done. You have not proven anything. Anybody could do research if that's all they do all day long. You know, obviously, like the last guy, I have to work. I go out and I work.
I just have a question. You said that you're awake, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to clarify. You're woke?
No, I'm not woke. I'm awake.
Wait. What's it? But being woke is being awake.
No, it's a difference. There's a difference because one woke is on the left and awake is the right. Okay, because and I'm not totally like Republican. Okay, I'm just on the side that I want common sense. The Republicans are crooked too. Republicans and Democrats, they're all crooked, man. 90% of the Republicans are crooked and probably 90% of the Democrats are crooked. It just so happens Trump ran as a Republican because the Democrats were already lost. They were already lost, and if he couldn't have ran as a Democrat because they already knew who they were going to put in there to run.
You can't even put a sentence together, Eric. I have a question. Do you think I'm paid by the DNC?
I don't even care, dude. I don't really care, man. You're probably gonna be you're gonna probably be great at something in the near future at I don't know, collecting newspapers or something.
What?
I don't know, but
come on, that was
you'll
mean.
have a good job. You're a smart kid. You just once you realize that all the stuff that you've worked your whole adult life for is all BS. You're gonna just be like, holy crap, damn it, I should have listened to Eric, But
Eric, name one person that's ever listened to you.
I've got many people. I don't need to name any names. That's my personal business. But I've got
James,
many people.
Thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube. Saying, Dean, I find out what you do for a while, but I'm an anarchist and I love you if you're a social Democrat style liberal. Also
I'm a very successful guy for my own hard work and my own endeavors and my own investigation and service.
Pretty
everything
successful
that
guy.
I do.
So is that what gave you the money to buy the 6-pack of Coronas you're drinking right now?
A Corona. See, that's funny. I don't need confirmation from anybody else on anything that I do because I'm where I'm at because I worked my ass off, and I can create and I got so many skills. I don't even like talking about it because it's just bragging, but I got so many skills that I can do to take care of myself. If
can I make an argument?
Social media goes down, so many people are going to just be like, they'll be fucked. If social media goes down, they're going to starve to death and die.
Okay, I don't think that if social media, I think you'll
probably go move back in with your parents.
I think that you're being a little bit over the top there. I don't think that many people would starve and die if they lost social media.
I don't think so, dude. If the internet crashed
Oh,
tomorrow.
there's a big difference between the internet crashing and social media crashing.
Well, whatever. Either way, if social media crashed, there's gonna be millions of people that are just gonna like lose their shit and just completely just wither into nothing. And then if the internet crashed, there's gonna be millions of people. And
If the internet crashed, I'd count on closer to.
I mean, it would affect me too.
Well, obviously. So I'm going to go back to what I was saying. So first of you, it's really mean and rude of you to posit that I don't have any profitable skills outside of social media. That's very mean. I'll have you know that I'm actually.
How many times have you been rude and mean to your guest on here, man? You are the most crude, rude, mean. Dude, I'm dishing
Eric,
it back.
I'm a very nice guy. Okay, so when you tell me
I'm
that,
sure you are.
So
I'm
now,
sure you
now
are.
just listen to
I got
me.
a 22-year-old son. He's a very nice
if you
guy.
just listen to me now,
Go ahead.
If you think, if you so as much as think that I've ever been rude to a guest in my life, sir, you are fucking delusional, quite frankly. And I get it. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you.
Oh
I think
my God,
I'm gonna let it slide this time, but just don't let it happen again. And I just think it's time that you take accountability for lying, okay? And I'm gonna help you be better in the future.
God, dude, you are so delusional. You said you haven't been rude, and you know what, dude? I'm gonna let you slide because
Bro,
you're a
I'm
little.
so obviously trying to gaslight you, okay? Anyways, to go back to what I was saying, you said that everything I say is wrong.
No, not everything. I don't think everything you say is wrong. I just think
Okay.
you've been misled.
All right,
and you-
I want to ask you about something. Have I been misled into believing that Donald Trump's tax policy is not good for the average American and that Kamala Harris's would be much better?
She didn't. Her tax policy would be taking every dime we have, and we have to live in cardboard boxes and eat bread, stand in line every week.
But it only cut taxes for everybody making under $400,000 a year. So
Well,
how
that
could
would
it
do-
possibly take
that wouldn't
more
do anything
money
for
away?
me.
You make more than $400,000 a year? Show me a band right now. I don't believe you, Eric.
I don't need to show you anything, man.
I don't believe you, Eric.
You don't need to believe me.
I don't believe you at all.
You don't need to
Thank you
believe
so much for the money gun. What do you like to spend your money on? Watches, cars? What do you do?
I don't spend money. I bank it.
You just put it in a bank account?
No, I don't. I don't put a bank account. I invest
V6,
it.
thank you for the $5. Oh wait, what do you invest in?
Properties,
You invest in properties. What kind?
mainly commercial.
Mainly commercial properties. What kind of commercial properties?
I don't want to get into too many details, but it's kind of my own thing. I don't really want to talk to you about it too much.
How
more,
much do you
but
pay in property taxes per year?
in my property tax? Dude, it's a number. I don't really want to start talking about money, but it's probably roughly in property tax about $2 million.
You pay $2 million in property taxes a year. You'd be able to show me at least a band right now.
Yeah, I don't need to show you a band.
Yeah, you do.
I don't need to show you a band. Why would I need to show you a band?
Because I think you're lying, Eric. Show me a band.
Dude, it doesn't matter if I'm lying or telling the truth, to be honest with you. You know,
There we
everything
go.
you say,
There we go.
is just
There
made
we
up
go.
anyway from your puppeteers that are like pulling the strings on you.
Wait, who's my puppeteer? Who pulls my strings?
Well, the people that you believe in, you know,
How do you feel about me going to the White House? How did you feel about that? Do you think I was having a secret meeting with George Soros?
I think it was great that you went to the White House.
But do you think I had a secret meeting with George Soros, Mr. Biden, and Hunter and whatnot? You know, I actually got a picture with Hunter.
Yeah, that's great. That's fucking awesome for you, man. Hunter is like he's like the poster child of America. You know, it's like I'd be happy.
Compared to Donald Trump, absolutely.
Really, dude. I mean,
yeah, a little bit of BLOW beats grape and ethnic cleansing 7 days a week.
Look, I've done half the stuff that Hunter's done. I wasn't the president's son, you know. And when you're the president's son and I haven't done like the stuff from Ukraine and all the money that he's gotten paid to all these, you know, companies and all the money laundering and all that shit, which now I'm probably gonna get kicked because But either way.
Yeah, because you know that you're gonna get kicked because you know that you're just like engaging in like nonsensical nonsense.
When you say the truth on here, when you say anything about the left, now that Trump is president, I might not get kicked. But anything that's true, you get kicked.
yeah, for sure. I DJ Beats, Scott and James. You all voted for Trump?
Yep.
Come on, Sean. I don't.
Let's go.
I'm literally in hell right now. Look at this lineup, you guys. Look at this lineup. Wow, guys. Okay, give me one reason you guys voted for Trump.
I like Trump.
Why is that?
I voted for Trump.
Hell yeah, guys.
Did you
watch the Zelensky meeting today?
I sure did. I saw a Russian assetting. So why did you guys vote for Trump?
I like Trump.
Because of that meeting.
So why did you guys vote for Trump?
Like I said, I like Trump.
Why do you like Trump, James?
I think when he was in office previously, he was a good president.
Yeah, name one good thing he did, James.
So I know you're going to rail me for this, but when he was, and you're going to blame it on COVID and whatever, but when he was in office, we had the cheapest gas prices we've had in 20 years.
This lineup is so fucking crazy. And
So
what did Biden do
so-
to make gas more expensive?
What did Biden do? Well, gas was more expensive when Biden was president.
Oh,
yes or
it
no?
just happened under his term, therefore it caused it. So when we had the highest level of unemployment in the last 100 years under Trump's first term, Trump caused that too, yeah?
Well, there you go. Okay.
Okay, so it seems like Trump's actually not that good for our economy as he caused the highest level of unemployment since the Great Depression.
But then again, you can flip flop it and say that under Biden, we had the greatest inflation we've had in 10 years.
And then you could flip-flop it and say that under Trump, we had a pandemic that killed millions of people, meaning it was his fault as it happened under his administration. So
No,
what
it
do you
was not
value
Trump's
more?
fault.
$5
under
eggs
Biden's than it
or
was
like 5 million dead people?
Hey, Dean. Hey,
That
Dean.
was the Wuhan lab that was Barack Obama helped fund the Wuhan lab to create the virus with Dr. Fauci. They created that virus. It's been around for. They modified it to affect the American people and around the world. Dude, are you this lost that you don't know what's going on?
Dude, you can't tell me that Barack Obama funded a lab
Barack
in
Obama
China
was
to
with
create.
Dr. Fauci, and
Dean.
yes.
Dean.
I mean, hell, I do this. I there's a button that I gotta press here when I feel like something's happening. I've just pressed it, man.
Hey, Dean.
I just
Dean.
pressed the button.
Hey, listen to this
press
guy.
the
He's
button.
telling you something, Dean.
Yeah.
He's telling you
Yeah.
More people died under Biden than they did under Trump.
Absolutely. Yes, they did.
What?
More people died
what kind of
under
argument
Biden
is
than they did under Trump.
From Omicron and Delta?
No, from COVID.
Fucking hell, leave.
COVID.
Leave.
Period.
None of you.
Did you look up statistics?
None of you. Okay. Yeah. Hey, real quick question. Can any of you guys ever name a single policy passed through Congress ever?
Yes.
Then do it.
Remain in Mexico?
That was an executive order. Next.
See, like the last guy said, this is what you do for a living. We're just hardworking people that want to see a better America.
Dean, I
have 4 grown men on my live, and there's
Dean,
not a single
Chip
fucking soul that can tell me a single policy ever passed through Congress.
That's all you have. That's all you have
In the
That's
room.
all you have.
There we go. The Chips Act. The Chips
Because I'm
Act.
on here, you're trying to act weird, dude.
Dean. PACT Act.
Yeah, I'm like
that. There we go. Naming Biden and Harris's accomplishments. Good boy.
Hey, you asked for
and then you named Biden's accomplishments. Very good boy.
Hang on, wait a minute, Dean. Wait a minute. Didn't your candidate lose the election?
No, actually Kamala Harris won and Trump stole it.
Oh.
What do you do? Put the votes in his pocket?
I sound like you guys 4 years ago, right? No,
That's
Kamala
funny.
Harris
That's
did
funny.
lose. I have a question. Do you think because somebody was just banned? Do you think because Kamala Harris lost that made her the worst the worst candidate?
Did I think she took a loss? Yes, I think she took a loss.
But because she lost, that means that Trump was a better candidate, right?
It means more people in America thought Trump was a better candidate. Yes.
Oh, but does that mean because more people think something, therefore it's true?
Well, apparently yes, because he's president.
Awesome. So when Biden got the most votes for any president ever in the 2020 election, that means that Biden is not only better than Trump, but the best president our country's ever had?
Well,
No, it's stolen.
Oh, didn't you guys just laugh at me for saying that Kamala Harris stole the election, and then you guys unironically posit that Biden stole the election? You fucking freaks! You absolute weirdos! You fucking bought it. Like what the fuck, dude? Dude, I can't. I'm in hell. I'm in hell.
So Dean, didn't you just say that Kamala Harris's tax stuff would be better for America, but yet she can't execute that at all. So there's no way it can be better for America if she can't execute it.
So why do you think she wouldn't have been able to pass her tax policy, James?
How's she going to pass it?
Like any other president passed his policy by influencing it through Congress, which would have been required given the fact that the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act would have expired this year if she was elected?
Well, right, exactly. Your words exactly. If she was elected. She's not elected. Therefore, her tax whatever is null and void at this point because she can't do anything with it at all. Point blank. Period.
Well, I hate to be that guy, but Captain Obvious, like fucking duh.
Right. So why would her tax breaks be better than Trump's when she can't do anything with them? There's no way they can be better, Dean. There's no way they can be better. And so that automatically tells me that Trump's tax breaks that he's going to do is automatically going to be better because they're going to be able to be executed. Yes?
Okay, so just give me a moment, okay? Is that fair?
Yeah.
You made such a good point that I need to think about how to respond to it. You really got me gagged here. I'm speechless. Experience. Guys, I always think of something to say. I always think of something to say. I don't know what to say. Like this is literally never happened. I always know what to say, and I just don't know what to say. I think that you've beat me there, bud.
Sorry, Dean.
What are you apologizing there? You won the debate.
I mean, I've seen you. I've been on your channel numerous of times and watching you debate, and you've always had a pivot for everything. Always pivot from one thing to another, and usually avoid someone's question and someone's point that they're making. So I appreciate you acknowledging this one.
Yeah, of course, man. I guess, I'll take the L on that one. Do you have any other reasons why you voted for Trump?
I just think he's a good president. There were no new wars started under him when he was president.
Yeah, if you care about war, then you should probably care that he said that he might want to invade Greenland and possibly use military to do so, which would start a war with Europe. And he's sucking up to Putin, not giving Ukraine a peace deal, meaning that war will continue. And then on top of that, he wants to ethnically cleanse 1.4 million Palestinians from the Gaza Strip. He's the most pro-war president we've had since maybe Bush and Cheney combined.
But no new wars under his previous presidency. I'm sorry. Was started, and
we actually did have a Turkish-Kurdish war. We had a proxy war with Russia and Syria. We had a 432% increase in drone strikes in the Middle East, so that claim's not true.
Okay, good to go.
James, I want to know more about you. Tell me about yourself, James. What do you do? What do you do for work? What's your get down here? Like, who are you? James? I want to know more about you.
I'm a former Marine. Well, I am a Marine, and because there are no former Marines, I am a Marine, and I'm a elementary school teacher currently.
Well, I appreciate you for your service, James. What do you teach?
I teach 3rd through 6th grade ESE.
What is ESE?
Exceptional Student Education.
Wow.
So basically kids with learning disabilities.
Oh, dude, that's actually like really fucking cool.
Yeah. So like in my job, just to throw this out there, like we were working on what is a noun. Now these are 3rd through 6th graders. What is a noun? Person, place, thing, idea, or animal. It took me 4 weeks to get them to know what a noun was and put it in their head.
Huh. Well, I think that's.
But
it's
I love my job. So
yeah, man, I'd love that job too, man. It's a cool job. I'm sorry, man. There's just too much going on. We're just gotta move on to the next guest. I'm just seeing like a lot of the things in the chat, and we're just gonna move on, you guys. I'm sorry, that was just a lot at once.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up, Deacon? How old are you?
13.
13. Yeah, apparently.
Shit. This is where I'm gone, isn't it?
What? You're 13?
Yeah.
You're 13.
Yes.
Say I'm 13.
I'm 13.
What year were you born in?
2011.
You were born in 2011.
That ass.
Oh my God. Bro, why is the guest box so cursed on this account? Dude, oh my God. I've like stuffed animals older than that guy. Like, he has a deeper voice than me. Yeah. What's up, Tim? You vote for Trump?
Hello? No.
Okay, we're gotta move on to the next guest. There's no way that guy would he had to have been trolling. He absolutely had to have been trolling. He wasn't 13.
Yo,
what's up?
Hassan is MAGA of the left. I just want you to know that.
Hassan is MAGA of the left?
Yes.
Listen, why do you think that? And I mean that genuinely, not to debate you, because I'm I don't have my viewpoints solidified. I just want to know.
Did you finish the content nuke?
No, I haven't done that on stream yet. I'm gonna stream it, and I haven't done that yet.
Well, you should do that. He's gonna tell you, oh, it's out of context. If it's out of context, you should ask him, what's the context? Because that's his MO. He's gonna tell you, oh, it's out of context, or oh, they're misrepresenting me. You should ask him, what is the context? What is the proper representation?
Okay, and I promise that these next questions are I'm asking them from a place of genuineness, right? I just want to ask a set of questions. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Do you support Palestine?
Do I support Palestine?
Yeah.
I support a two-state solution to some extent, yes.
So that wasn't a direct yes.
Okay, so you might say, oh, there's some bias here, but you could be a pro-Palestine. You could be in favor of Palestine and not be a terror sympathizer.
No. I listen. I understand what you're saying, but I guess I've just seen a trend of people that don't like Hassan not being pro-Pally, which makes me think that a lot of
that.
let me just finish here. That makes me think that a lot of the claims made against him is kind of made out of
because I'm a liberal. You're a liberal
separation.
too. You understand Hassan is illiberal.
But I don't
Hassan
want
does
that
not
to
support
diminish
Kamala Harris.
any research that I'll do on Hassan, right? Because it's still possible for you to be a raging Zionist calling Hassan pro-terrorism, and while Hassan
It's
actually
absolutely
is
true. I'm not
pro-terrorism.
denying it's not true.
possible, but I'm just saying we see a trend of people that are very anti-leftist, anti-Palestine, kind of holding these beliefs. But I'm gonna watch the content nuke on stream, okay?
Okay, I'm just telling you, he's against Kamala Harris.
I wonder, did he say that you should have voted for
Yes.
Kamala Harris?
He did it. He didn't support Kamala Harris. He straight up said maybe I shouldn't even like he on stream. He's like, oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna like support her. He doesn't admit who he's voting for. He's illiberal. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I guess according to a lot of people in the chat, he never said that. I will say that I think it's fair for like an individual to be like, Biden and Harris perpetuated a lot of bad things, especially like in Palestine. But of course, I would ultimately support the conclusion that everyone should have voted for Kamala Harris. I think that, Hassan should have voted for Kamala Harris. I think that everybody should have voted for Kamala Harris. I'm in a weird place right now with like my own political ideologies. I feel like I'm right between the liberal and the leftist. You know what I mean? I'm right between the liberal and the leftist, which is an interesting position to be in. But listen, here's what I want to say. I'm going to finish watching the content nuke because if like Hassan has done bad things, I'm not going to be sympathetic to that. I think that it's important that we call out people, even those that I will personally say have done really good things for me and many of others like Hassan. And I think Hassan has absolutely been a net positive for like an impact on younger white guys in America, pushing them further to the left. But, if he's done bad things, I think that everyone should call that out. If anything, it's really important to call that out. So, it's less likely he does more bad things in the future, if that makes any sense. And that applies to, kind of like everybody with a platform, me, Parker, everybody. I'd say that for anybody. But, I want to finish watching the content nuke. But what I will say is I do just see like a correlation between people hating on Hassan and not being pro-Pally, I do see that. But of course, I can't say that the only reason they hate on Hassan is because they're not pro-Pally until I finish the content nuke. It's possible that they have valid reason. And there's only one way to figure out, which is to finish watching that damn video. We're going to move on to the next guest. What's up? Did you vote for Trump? All right, they're not here. We're going to get the next guest. We got Bryce loading up into the box. You guys will probably only do like another debate or two. Just give us a minute. And we'll probably just do like one more debate. I said I was going to get off at like 4:30. Yeah, I'm going to take it easy tonight. Yo, Mimi, thank you so much for the $10 over on YouTube Super Chat. The last guest was that teacher that has been on Harry's life before, and he said that he wouldn't stop ICE from taking any of these undocumented students. Bro, so fucking sad. Cooking with Dean tonight? Quite possibly. Actually, I want to be honest with you guys. I guess now that we're already on the topic about the Hassan conversation. So I guess I haven't like given my thoughts about that or anything, but one thing I did take away from that conversation is that dude is educated, man. I will say, critiques aside, that guy, he was like talking about, his thoughts insofar as his political ideology. He sure knows his shit. And I think like he really validated the leftist perspective a lot more in my mind after that conversation. And I already see people calling me a glazer. Okay. Don't call me a glazer. I'm being honest, right, about my perspective of that conversation. Like, it really validated a lot more of that leftist perspective for me. And I guess I've never really considered, like the academics behind like a more progressive position than even one that I hold. How many more strokes? You're clearly glazing. It's embarrassing. I loved you before that. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I will give you ukulele in tears for saying that in the conversation I had with him, he seemed educated on some of the things he talked about. I'm so sorry. Ukulele in tears. All right. But, like in the first 10 minutes of the nuke that I watched, he said like 9/11 was deserved or some shit. Like that's like crazy, right? Like, that's fucking nuts, right? Like, right? Like that's kind of, that's really crazy, right? That's insane. Yeah. A lot of people say it's out of context. And I say this in a very genuine sense. What's the context? Please clarify context. What is it? You know? Watch the clip. Yeah, to be I only heard him, like, I only watched, I don't even know if I've seen the clip. I've just, like, always heard the claim that, like, he said, like, 9/11 was justified or some shit. Yo, oh my God, Sid, thank you so much for the $100 over on YouTube Super Chat. Holy crap, Sid. Sid says, I didn't get to send a dono yesterday, so I hope this counts for 2. Thank you so much for all that you do every day. Sid, you are in here every single day. Oh my God. Thank you so much for the love, Sid. In fact, I'm going to use that to go get a really nice sirloin, and we're going to cook it on live. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to do another Cooking with Dean episode. We're going to have some fun. Thank you so much for the love, Sid. I cannot wait to cook. Thank you so much, Sid. I really appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that. You're awesome. You're awesome, Sid. Okay, James in the chat says, can you expand on why you stopped liking Vivek Ramaswamy? Well, there's never a point where I liked Vivek Ramaswamy, but there was a point where I thought he was significantly more respectable than other people on the right. I think the point when I stopped thinking that he was significantly more respectable than other people on the right was one of these, like, it was on the campaign trail, and he was speaking to, like, a big old group of white men, right? Like one of these, you know, little meetings or whatever the fuck you call them. And he was just, like, totally shilling to, like, the anti-LGBTQ plus, you know, perspective. And my opinion on this is actually interesting. I, like, for whatever reason, I just have, like, this deep-seated feeling that he was being disingenuous, which made me dislike him even more. So not only was he, like, homophobic, but he was, like, a disingenuous homophobe, where he was just kind of, like, shilling out to, like, this, to, like, populism and what the people on the right supported insofar as these anti-LGBTQ plus agendas. And like, as soon as I saw that, he just kind of got placed right back alongside every other right-leaning shill in America. Traceless with the $10. With what I saw today with Zelensky being disrespected, just further confirmation of Trump's affiliation with Russia. It was. Dude, I've been talking about the fact that Donald Trump interfered with the last 3 elections. Russia interfered with the last 3 elections. And, like, this just proves why, bro. It's because he's absolutely a Russian asset. James, thank you for the $20, and Britt with the $5. Thank you guys so much. James says the context for the Hassan, as far as I'm aware, is that he was angrily watching xenophobic shit from Crenshaw, and he was specifically saying that because he was angry, and he thought that we were repeating Bush era policies that created 9/11. Okay. Britt says Hassan talked to a 9/11 survivor, he's apologizing / giving context. Well, I mean, like, if you said some crazy shit and, you know, like, took accountability for it, I mean, like, good for him for taking accountability for it. You know, everybody should take accountability for the bad things they do. Am I unemployed? I'm not unemployed. This is the job. Just kind of, like, yapping about things I care about. Chris with a $5 saying, appreciate everything you do, Dean. I'm so pissed with the way Trump spoke to Zelensky today. Can we talk about it? We'll love to get your feedback. Yeah, man. So how about we just kind of play that? I want to pull it up on Aaron's fucking TikTok, dude. My whole FYP, Aaron Parnas, every day. I learn about 75% of the breaking news from Aaron Parnas, by the way. And it is, like, unconsensually too. I don't get a choice. I open my phone, Aaron Parnas's face is staring at me. Let's see what he said about it. Here we go. Let's find the video. Let's find that video. Wait, Russian state media gained access to the Oval Office? Bro, for the Zelensky-Trump Oval Office meeting? What the fuck is that? That is crazy work. That is crazy fucking work. That is intimidation 101. If you want to deny that this motherfucker is getting paid bank by the Kremlin or is an absolute Russian asset, just consider the fact that he spoke to Zelensky and Putin significantly differently, disrespected the fuck out of Zelensky, pulled any communications of a peace deal off the table, literally started screaming at him while also having his VP do the same exact thing, while also having Russian state media in the Oval Office. Like, that is the most obvious setup I've ever heard about in my life. And honestly, the only reason Trump was okay with it being so obvious is because he just knows that people don't care about what he does. He knows that truth isn't relevant anymore. But isn't that pretty crazy that AP News is banned from the Oval Office, but apparently the Kremlin isn't? Like, and the reason they said that AP got banned from the Oval Office was because they called the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of Mexico. So they were spreading quote unquote misinformation. Well, what about all those Russian state-funded media sources calling Ukraine a part of Russia? If we're banning news outlets from the Oval Office, from the media room, for spreading misinformation about the names of geographical locations, crazy shit. Someone in the comment section calls me a liberal. Yeah, no shit. Obviously. Of course I'm a fucking liberal. Cooking with Dean? All right. We're going to do the Cooking with Dean. I'm excited. Yeah, let's do it. 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 All right, you guys. Wow, actually, hey, first, before we go, Jimmy, thank you for the $20 super chat over on YouTube for the truth. I appreciate you for that, Jimmy. You're awesome. Okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go to the store, and I'm going to get a nice cut of meat. What kind of meat should I get? Actually, let's talk about that before I hop off. Where the fuck is my anxiety pen? What kind of meat should I, what kind of cut of meat should I get? Should I get a sirloin, okay? A tenderloin? New York strip ribeye? What are we feeling? So the tenderloin, the fillet, that's a little bit more expensive than I like. Somebody said blackout? Yeah, it's not for small businesses. Today I'm going to a local meat market. I was planning on that. Plus, I just wanted to try out their meat. So I was like, hey, economic blackout for large businesses. And there's this local meat market that I heard about that I want to try out. I'm gonna go over there. Yeah. All right. A lot of people saying ribeye. I'm actually like not a big fan of the ribeye cut. So many people say that it's like their favorite ever. I'm just not. Like, I'm not a big fan of like those really fucking fatty cuts. I'm not a big ribeye guy, I guess. Porterhouse, T-bone. I mean, those are huge cuts. I'm thinking. So the one cut of meat that I haven't tried to make yet is going to be New York strip. And I've also heard that it's pretty damn good. Is the New York strip a good cut or a bad cut? A lot of people saying the New York strip is my favorite. It's a good choice. It's a good cut. Very good. So good. Okay. Yeah, so far, I've actually Out of all the cuts that I've tried, I'm a big fan of the sirloin. I think the sirloin is the best bang for the buck because it's pretty tender. It tastes good. And it's like $8 for, 12 ounces of meat. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the store right now. I'll be back. I'll actually be live streaming on the account that we're currently live on TikTok with. It's the same account at It's Not Dean. So just make sure to follow this account. You'll get a noti. I'll also send a notification out on my Instagram. Somebody says you're eating too much steak, bad for your heart. So I've actually heard that red meat is not that healthy. But I'm okay. I'm young. I work out. So I'm going to indulge in this high protein, beautiful piece of meat. So, all right. For everybody on YouTube, I'm just going to pin a comment with a yat to the Instagram account real quick. It's not okay. Yeah, I should. Well, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. With one of these next Cooking with Dean episodes, we're going to be doing an Alfredo sauce. A homemade Alfredo sauce. How long until I'm back? Probably around 30 minutes. You literally got a heart monitor strapped to your chest? Okay, stop gagging me. Yo, Parker. Oh my God. Yo, Parker. Not our Parker, but another Parker with a $50 donation over on YouTube Super Chat saying, enjoy the steak. Well, I'm going to enjoy it a whole lot more now, dude. Thank you for the love, Parker. Everybody show some love to Parker down below in that comment section, literally right now. That is insane. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you for the love, Parker. I want to see at least 500 W's for Parker before we head out. 500 W's for Parker. So kind. So kind. What's the name of that local meat market? Walmart? No. I can't tell you the name of the local meat market because it's a local meat market. But it's a good one. My dad used to always go there, and he said that's where we'd be able to find the best cuts of meat in town. I've been told they're a little bit more expensive, but it's okay since it's supporting a small business. All right, you guys, I'm going to go to an end for the night and be back in about 30 minutes. I love you all. Peace and love. Bye-bye. And on TikTok first and then on here second. I hope to see you all in the cooking stream later. Peace out. Wait, I always forget how to end. This happens every day. There it goes.